Hi, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Andromeda Adventures. We're joined by our entire wonderful cast. Say hi, everybody.
Hi,
Hi, everyone, and
everybody.
welcome to
Hi,
tonight's episode of
everybody.
Andromeda
No.
Adventures. Uh, I'd like to thank all of you for watching. Anyone who's checking us out, you can see our past episodes on YouTube. I've got most of them up. I'm trying to work on getting all of them up. So last week's episode should be up sometime this week, and this week's episode, well, will be sometime up next week, hopefully, if all goes well. Other than that, I'm going to cue that intro. All right, welcome back, Chooms, to Neon Noir, your brain dance coming at you live from Night City with your host, Blueheart, and I am here with the amazing team that took down the Night City Stalker. And I would like to catch all of you up on what's been going on with the crew a little bit. Now, it's been a while since we talked to Hex, so Hex, why don't you give us the rundown of what things were like after the Night City Stalker?
Oh, I would be absolutely happy to. Well, see, we left off on negotiations for the Night Stalker data, during which Mouse insisted that he be allowed to see some of the evidence. Dare graciously provided Bard with an incriminating photograph, which helped to drive the bid up to 75K. But at that point, Mouse made a stiff offer at 60K plus an Arasaka favor. But money is money in Night City, so he had to bow out. Once the number was agreed upon with Mr. Double of Studio 54, you've probably heard of him, our power suddenly cut out. And we were stuck in the dark with the Night Stalker within minutes. He was in the room with us, and he just grabbed Nova and lobbed her right through the wall. And she would have been a goner, but thankfully we had Rev on standby, and he saved her life. I also think there might be something going on there between the two of them. But anyway, Ume and Bard then laid down the majority of the damage on Night Stalker while I tripped and fell over the countertop a couple of times. Accidentally unloaded an entire round of AP ammo into the floor. But yeah, finally,
We've all been there.
yeah, But hey, it all worked out. I managed to liquefy Night Stalker's skull and wear most of it. And so did Bart. And Ume. Sorry about that, y'all. You can send me your dry cleaning bill. But after that, we caught up with Bruce. And while I suspect Night Stalker showing up actually probably had a lot more to do with Mouse and his kind of suspicious Arasaka favor, forgive a girl for literally feeding crime to the sharks. Fuck that guy. We are $75,000 each richer and getting ready for the next mission.
75,000. I thought it was 7,500.
I'm sorry, I misspoke. Yes, 7,500. We are all $7,500 richer and getting ready for the next mission, which is a missing Cherry 5000.
And with that, I believe you guys had settled into your apartments. You were taking a bit of a rest.
Yeah. Although I will say, I think before I go to sleep,
The
I am
house
gonna
is
look.
strangely your place is strangely quiet, Bard, without
Yeah.
meowing and complaining from.
I miss it so much, and I feel like if I had a stress ball, or if I had a voodoo doll to keep stabbing a slaughterhouse person with, I would. But I don't believe in superstitions, and so I'm just gonna sit here and try to look up, because I have a sneaking suspicion Mouse was trying to destroy the data to cover up some sort of a nefarious corporate connection with the original Night City Stalkers activities. And my hunches are usually pretty good. So I'm going to try and look up the victim profiles. What companies were they associated with? What sectors of those companies? Just try and see if this hunch has anything behind it, or if I'm just a paranoid, distrusting asshole who really doesn't like Arasaka that much. Both could totally be true.
All right, make a library search for me.
Okie dokie. That is a 31 as I crit.
So, looking up everything, you do get some file. You are able to pull up the reported victims and times that they were murdered, little details about them and stories. It looks like they worked, most of them lived in Westbrook and commuted into Night City. There are a few that lived in Night City proper in a couple of the northwest side of town, even some from your area of town, but for the most part, they're from Westbrook. These were very well-off, affluent people.
How many total?
There were a total of 16 killed over
Nice
the
round
course
number.
of 3 years. They came from just about every corporation. There aren't any that stand out. There's no, like, more from this one or more from this one. But make a awareness notice.
Well, I mean, I think I can do
And
that.
make a psychology check.
Which I also do have. I don't have any points in, but I have at least. So okay, so let me do the awareness first.
Which I have at least thought
That's a
of putting points in.
47. That's a double crit. What?
It happens. You keep rolling tens, it just explodes one after the other in this game.
So I feel like Bard's just really into this case right now.
So the thing that you're noticing
See, like little
is
numbers passing.
That's incredible.
It is.
they all lived alone.
Do you need still need the psychology check? Do I get a bonus to it from the 47 by any chance, or
No, you still need the. They all lived alone. And most of them were not from Night City or from the area. They were from other regions coming here for work and were seemingly unfamiliar with the area. And a lot of them had recently received promotions.
were they in any particular sector of their corporations?
No, some of them were. One of them was one of the women was a secretary. One of the men worked in research. Another one was a security guard. One was an accountant. One worked in economics.
Any victims from Arasaka?
Yes.
Okay.
One.
What were they?
They were a security consultant.
Well, that is suspicious.
They basically advised other people on clients on teams and operations that they could get. It was, security consultant.
Okay.
The curious thing about it is that they didn't go through Arasaka for their home security.
The Arasaka person didn't.
Correct.
Did they have? Was there a similarity in who these people went through their home for their home security?
Yeah, that you would notice. Same thing that the police noticed is that they all went through a private company that Joshua Brightman worked for.
And there's no indication of what that company is an offshoot of.
It was just a small independent private security company, specifically for home and private security. They didn't lend out soldiers or have tactical people. It was for security alarms and surveillance systems and
17 on the psychology.
alarms.
Psycho lady. I misspelled
It's
it.
like Psycholodi. Well, you actually rolled twice, but
I didn't see the first one. My computer is lagging.
And you have that in wrong because you do not. I don't believe you have 5 points in psychology.
I don't have anything in psychology.
It's saying you have 5 points in it.
That shouldn't. And let me re-roll this.
or a 5 point
17.
bonus.
Okay, 17.
There we
17.
go.
Okay,
There
there
we
we go. That's accurate. Okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, guys. Bard
Hey.
has points in. Bard is good at psychology, not psycho lady. Just so everyone knows.
Nobody's good with psycho ladies. That's kind of the point.
Wow.
Wait a
that's
minute.
disappointing.
I mean, I think he actually is. He just not in this way, right?
The
The
Like,
common denominator that you're finding amongst all the victims is that they mostly were somewhat workaholics, kept to themselves, had very little social life, and almost all of them seemed exceptionally concerned about personal security, a little paranoid. Usually getting one of the best packages for their home security system. Card locks, Voke locks,
all through a similar.
all through the same company. Argent Dynamics.
And the one Argent Dynamics, and the one Arasaka who was killed didn't go through them.
Which is weird because Arasaka itself is a security
Exactly
firm.
right. Like I'm thinking.
What are you thinking, Bard?
Can I don't know, my instinct.
I mean, these were expensive home security systems,
No,
like
no,
top
no,
of the
no,
line, maximum security
I am aware. So my instinct
in the high end part of town.
I would like to take one more library search look for something. In the aftermath of these killings, was there an uptick in the number of people with high-end security systems who went to Arasaka?
Make that library search.
I'll use a luck here. 17.
Not directly, but there is a small uptick. It's hard to say if it's causation or correlation.
Right, but with a 7, like I feel like he knows he's tired a little bit with that. Like I feel like there's something there. Okay.
But it's also a pretty natural response to people with this security system, you know. It wasn't publicly available that it was this company until the case. The big thing was that Argent Dynamics, Joshua began, that was where the police found the commonality eventually and began to investigate, believing that the Night City Stalker had to have something to do with him. They thought, they eventually found that the only common denominator between all the victims was that Joshua Brightman had worked on the installation. Now, he wasn't always the only person working on the installation, but he was the only person to have worked on all of the victims' installs. However, they were not able to find any evidence of him being the killer. They did eventually catch him tapping the security system that he was installing through like a stakeout, and I can't remember the term for it, but where a sting operation where they set him up to do that. And it doesn't appear that he tapped every victim, so they were still unsure, and there is no record of how he necessarily chose, how the Night City Stalker chose his victims. It's part of the reason why it was hard for them to pin down a culprit.
Last question, and then I'm sorry, because is there a record of the security systems these people had hired before Argent?
No.
Okay, good. I think he'll just sit and contemplate.
Ume and Nova, I believe you guys are having a little private concert that night.
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd like to say to each other before you head to bed?
Um. Well, Ume pretty much is just once she gets into the groove for the music. I mean, that's all she's doing. I will note that there's certainly like the music she's playing. Like she'll play like all of Nova's favorite songs, but she like the tone is like totally different from when everybody was drugged out and she was just jamming. Like that was like party music. It was that this is much more like laid back, much more maybe serene, calming, maybe. Yeah,
Acoustics.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You can do like an acoustic sound on an electric guitar, right? I'm not a real I'm not actually a musician in real life, so I don't know, but I believe you can, can't you?
Well, I think there's like a pedal or something you
I
can
think there is
probably
like a
do.
pedal you can. Yeah, I think so. So yeah, if it's cyberpunk, we can say that the guitar
Yeah,
does it, even if that's
yeah.
not a real thing. So yeah, 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 totally an acoustic kind of thing, unless Nova wants otherwise. But like
No,
it's meant to be like a laid back. I spend like 10 eddies on the way back to pick up like a bottle of, you know what? I'll pick up a bottle of wine. You know, it's a girls' night in. It's not meant to be
Cheap
hard
bottle of
partying.
wine.
Yeah, a cheap bottle of wine at 10 eddies. That doesn't mean it's bad wine, mind you.
No, no.
Everybody knows that that's price doesn't really factor
Price
in how
does not factor into the wine.
that is always been true. Um, but
That
Ume
feels
doesn't
like
know.
famous last words.
Yeah, Ume doesn't know her wine though, so it probably is crap. Uh, but that's all right. We're chilling. You know, it's in plastic cups because Ume's apartment currently is an inflatable mattress, a guitar, and an amp, and like one of those metal like hangers just sitting in the room, not even a proper closet, which has like one other outfit on it. Um, but yeah, no, it's she's got like one chair that she's sitting on that she's strumming on. Yeah, so yeah, so
And
that's probably the evening. When it's wrapped up, Ume says, "You're I don't have much. You're welcome to crash."
Ume, that doesn't that mean isn't that the plum flowers? She says to you.
Ume?
Yeah,
You mean my name or my handle, my name, my nickname or whatever?
yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, it's Japanese, and yeah.
Hmm.
So ume is a word that means plum, more literally, but often refers to the flowers. And plum flowers in Japan are, you know, beautiful pink flowers. People think of sakura mostly, but
Huh.
you know,
Well,
in
there.
Japan, we love all kinds of flowers, and all of them have different meanings and stuff. And so, yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
chose ume.
I don't. I don't remember much about Japan. I was really young when we lived there, and I don't
That's
speak
right.
it very well nowadays. But um,
That's right. I'm sorry. You, I'm sorry. I forgot that you were part Japanese as well.
well, it's okay. It's but the the ume flower is supposed to represent like hope, right? Or perseverance or something.
Like resilience, I think. Um, it's one of the first flowers in spring, so it's yeah, strength, resilience, and the like.
I see that in you.
Well, uh, that's very kind of you to say, Nova. I certainly try. I definitely feel like I've got my own fair of challenges. But what about you? I mean, where does the name Nova come from?
Oh, and I just absentmindedly grabbed that little medallion around my neck. It's a little pendant. It's probably about that big. Um, it's just something that my parents used to call me. Um, I like it because it's also like Nova. Like cool. Um, I don't know. Um,
Where where are your parents now?
I don't know. haven't known for a long time, since I was very, very young. Some corpo mishap and ladder scheme of some kind, and they were gone.
My
So,
parents went missing as well. I don't know where they are.
hmm, were they corpos too?
Pirates.
Pirates.
Yeah, back in the Pacific, out near Japan. That's where I was born, where I grew up. Um, when I was very young, I have several brothers and sisters. One night we got attacked. I don't know the story or the reason why. And basically, our parents brought us to Night City, left us with our aunt, and disappeared. Never found out why.
Interesting.
Hmm.
We have so much in common. I didn't even know. I um Now, Frosty, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do I know if the Corsairs operate in the Pacific?
No. You do know they operate around Night City, though.
Okay, okay. So I
That
wouldn't.
is technically the Pacific Ocean, just not the.
Not the area near
Not
Japan.
Yeah.
not that side of the Pacific
Pacific,
Ocean.
Pacific Ocean's a bit on the big side.
Yeah, just a pinch. Just a pinch.
Just a little bit. It's a little bit bigger than your average lake, I suppose.
Okay, okay. Yeah. She'll just say, that's that's interesting. Um, it's very interesting. Uh, you you've lost your parents. You had something to do with pirates. I've had my own run-in with pirates, and I've lost my parents. We're pretty much the same person, Ume. I'm pretty sure.
Uh, we have certainly some similarities, but everybody has some similarities with each other. And you are very much your own person, Nova.
That's true. That's
And
true.
that's probably for the better.
Well, maybe. I kind of lean back on the couch. I put my hands behind my head, just sort of like relaxing. And I just say, how many times I've looked at your poster in my room. I had to make you one. Um, and I just thought how cool it would be to be you.
Well, I mean, I don't know how enviable it is. And I look around at the empty apartment that has nothing but an inflatable mattress in it.
And a bag of kibble on the
That's right, yeah.
counter.
It's I don't know.
What flavor kibble does Ume eat?
Um probably like a fish flavored one. Kind of like if you ever had a bonito flakes, kind of that kind
Okay,
of
yeah.
fishy kind of thing, but it's kibble. So I'm thinking like a kind of a dry kind of fish kind of thing. Um but
I
anyway,
got one of them in my mouth.
it's an acquired taste. It's an acquired taste. Um uh Anyway, what was the question I was answering before we talked about kibble?
Um,
What were we talking
I
about?
just
Sorry.
said, I had just given you a very awkward compliment of I would like to be you.
Oh, right. Right. And I was looking around at the apartment. I was like, well, right now I have a band who has replaced me, living in a fairly not the most rundown apartment, but a fairly bare apartment. I have pissed off more people than I can count. Um,
Uh,
and I am currently putting my life on the line to get myself back on my feet with uh, with edge running jobs. So I don't know if it's very enviable to be me right now. Um, appreciate the compliment, but I've got my fair share of problems. I'm really not somebody to envy.
You mentioned all the things that I don't even look at, but none of the things that I see in you. But anyway, I can absolutely understand. I've pissed off so many people. Actually, I was kind of worried that I might have pissed off you all.
I have a feeling everybody in our current crew has pissed off plenty of people. That's the one thing we probably all share in common.
Yeah, well, well, let's just hope some of the people I've pissed off don't come around. I said nervously.
Hey, we're a crew, right? At this point, if anybody comes around fucking with you, you just call me.
All right.
Yeah, you mean that?
I think that's probably true for all of us. It should be.
Yeah.
I don't know about Rev. I think he cares. He's just an asshole about it.
All right. So as you guys all get rest for the night, unless there's anything Reverend and Hex would like to do. Hex, you're muted.
Yeah, I am going to wash off the Night Stalker brains that I'm coated.
You have
And
a
then I'm
shower
gonna-
scene?
Make a personal grooming check.
Oh, hey, yeah, that's a great skill to have. Especially for a fixer. I gotta look good.
What'd you do?
Why? An 8.
Oh no!
You know what? I'm sure you look fine.
Hey,
The blood adds to it. Right?
do you
Like,
have no points in personal grooming?
why would she?
All right, so you're trying to get the blood out, and it just won't come out of your hair. You're there all night picking bits of brain matter
You
out.
make it worse. You like spread it through your hair.
Yeah. Your
Oh,
hair's
man.
kind of tinted the dirty red.
I am looking forward to meeting you at Big Bo's tomorrow morning.
Reverend, are you doing anything for the night?
Basically, same thing since I performed the operation of the night.
All right, make a personal grooming.
10.
All right, you're able to get yourself clean.
Sorry, X.
I
Hey.
didn't know I should spend luck to take a shower.
Missed it by that much.
I know.
You know what? I'll say something awkward that'll make you feel better and make Bard look worse.
I could comment on that because he's the only one of the people who hasn't groomed themselves today.
Yeah, no, he was concerned with the case. He's literally still covered in blood.
Yeah.
He's just looking shit up on a computer, coated like Carrie, with a cigarette hanging out of his
Yeah,
mouth.
in his eyes. Like, he doesn't notice it, right? There's not even the cat there to look at him and be like, "You look kind of shitty, Bard." Right? Like normally his instinct or his signal was that it wouldn't sit in his lap until he'd cleaned up, but now it's not there anymore. So
All right. So you guys all get a rest. You heal 0.5. You'll half a point of damage.
That's a joke because there's no way of putting 0.5
I
on
know.
our characters.
That wouldn't be the case.
I think I see your joke there, Frosty.
Except for Nova. Who will
Yeah, how much
heal
do it?
1 because you did get treatment from Reverend.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. Well, maxed out critical. That's pretty good.
You're out of the
Improvements.
mortal.
Improvements.
Yeah, no longer in mortal danger. Just critical. Just
until you get punched by a random person in the bar.
Ume shakes you awake in the morning.
oh god.
You then go to mortal again.
Gently.
Do not say it, Frosty. Do not make me roll a save because I will fail.
I do think you can't die like unless you go into the mortal ranges, right?
Correct.
How violently do you shake her?
Only needs 1 point of damage.
So
They're
how far,
slapping her. Get up!
how far is Big Bo's, by the way, from me?
So you know where it is. So Big Bows. I'll put you guys on the map. Where is the downtown map? There we are. So you live up off of 14th and Bradbury. And Big Bow works off of 21st and Fitzgerald.
Okay, so I'll take I will take the maglev. I'm not gonna walk.
All right.
I'm gonna try to shower before I go, just in case.
All right. Make a personal grooming. Is anyone else heading to Big Bows to meet Bard?
Yes, I
Good
am.
morning.
And I'm sorry, I was trying to locate it on the map. I wasn't fast
12.
enough. Where
That's
was
enough
Big
to show.
Bows?
Big Bows is on the corner of 21st and Fitzgerald.
It's so tiny.
So I
can't tell.
like I said, I'll
I know. I can't either. It's like too
I know.
blurry.
Somewhere around there. Okay.
Yeah. I do picture Frosty Bard like quickly showering again, Will Smith, iRobot style, like just sort of singing to himself. He probably even almost forgets to take off his hat, then hangs it up, and
Oh boy.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, if Big Bows is just cyber stuff, I'm not planning on going. I don't need to.
All
Yeah,
right.
I also knew I was going to meet Hex there, and yeah, so
Yeah, it's just actually down the. It's actually on the same city block as Ume's apartment.
I would text the rest of the crew though to let them know that we're heading to Big Bows, and if they need to get some cyber to come meet us all there.
All right.
Ume texts back. I'm gonna go shopping.
Sounds good.
yeah. So let me know when I'm there, unless something bad happens on the maglev.
All right. Nope. Maglev ride is fine. It's a decent, smelly, smoggy late morning in Night City.
Oh.
There's a gray kind of tone.
Sorry, before we keep going, did we get mission IP? Because I thought we were going to do that at the start of the.
There was the whole technical issue that we had today, but yes, you guys will get 15 mission IP. You can't put more than 10 in one place.
Wonderful. Just wanted to clarify that, and then Bard.
Generic IP. You can put it wherever.
And just as a reminder, to increase a skill, you have to get to equal to your current rank times 10, right?
Times 10. Yep.
Correct.
Unless it's got a modifier next to it. So like to increase his Aikido, Bard would need 90 points in it.
Right, because that
I'm
one is
not
a
putting
that
points in
one's a
Aikido.
multiplier.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll walk casually towards Big Bows. I think I feel like leaning on the outside.
As you're kind of walking up and getting off the rail, which actually stops just about a block away, so it's not far for you to walk. Both of you guys would take different rails to get there, but get off around the same area. About a block away, and you can see the big neon red signs in sort of a cursive lettering, big, and then in more glitchy kind of lettering, Bows, exclamation point, exclamation point. And it's kind of got a tattoo shop feel, large glass windows, long building set into kind of the side of stuff. But as you guys are walking there, you actually notice just a few blocks around the block that you're on, the next block over, you can see a Tech World sign. And you make your way over to Big Bows, and as you're walking in, the little bell rings, and you can see there's about 3 or 4 people giving tattoos and light cybernetic modifications at these sort of angled plush tables. They've got a mechanical arm that reaches over and has a bunch of little things, and they're kind of moving it around, and little rings and sockets that they around the arms that they can fold up and do maintenance on. And there is a very large, muscular black gentleman with a long dreaded hair that's kind of pulled back into a ponytail, clean shaven, smoking a huge cigar. And by muscular and built, if you've ever seen the strongman competitions, he's got
He's
that
like
kind of
the
build.
he's a power lifter. I got you. Yeah.
He's not like Olympic posing build.
No.
But
He's just again, he's huge and he's
Yeah.
got muscle that is useful. Yeah. I will say, sorry.
He does have a single cyber arm, his left arm. And you can see a couple of tools as he puffs on his cigar, and he says, "Well, look at what the fucking cat dragged in."
Hey.
Hey,
Don't you fucking
Bo.
talk about cats to me right now, Bo. It's a sensitive subject, all right? Also,
Well, I
Hex,
didn't mean to offend your delicate sensibilities, or that you were that much of a pushover. Now tell me,
Hey.
you got my eddies?
I transfer them to him immediately. Just like blink and data term link. And yeah. Also, before we go on this, I'm sorry, like I see a woman with a new look and I just have to address it. Like Hex, the whole blood covered thing is a really good look for you. Like, honestly, you should do this more often.
Human perception, because you're full of bullshit.
Make your perception check.
I don't think a roll would be needed for that.
He's actually not lying. Like, I was gonna continue, but you can make the check. Make the check. Go ahead.
Well, that would be up to Frosty. I was
make the
really
check.
making a joke.
I'll give you make the check. Go on, do it.
Sure.
Do it.
Make the
Do it.
check.
Okay.
Do it.
Oh, 18.
Yeah, he thinks you look like a fucking Valkyrie.
All right. Well, what can I say? I do what I can.
Oh, don't do that. You got brain matter on that person there. Sorry.
I got the brain out. It's stained.
I'd say like lift a little bit of brain off. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And I like flick it away. Sorry, Bo. Anyway, yeah, I recently come into some money. I decided to come pay you back, and also wanted
About
to get a
fucking
couple
time.
of things.
About fucking
Yeah.
time.
Well, it is about fucking time, right? I'm sorry. Hey, I don't know if you know this, but despondent alcoholism doesn't actually pay all that much. In fact, it's kind of the opposite. It does detract from one's finances.
Oh, I heard about you selling everything down to the wire there for a while.
I'm gonna buy it back. I gotta get my cat back first. But yeah, no, I'm like, and I'll point to Hex and like, I mean,
What the hell happened to your cat?
the slaughterhouse took her.
I feel bad for you, my man. You might as well say goodbye to your cat and start the grieving process because they ain't giving her back.
No, I mean that assumes they have a choice. She's pretty feisty.
It seems like you take after her if you're planning on going after the slaughterhouse like that, man. You got a death wish? Hex, you riding with someone with a death wish now?
Well, he did just crawl out of the bottom of a bottle. Maybe.
I ain't got a death wish, but hey, we fucked up the Night City Stalker, right? Like we can, we're
You what? Damn. You don't
I
seem to
mean,
be pulling no bullshit on me either.
that's where this is from.
Yeah.
That.
No, I did the whole like slashy, and then she did the shooty, which is like again. Well, I could, but again, yeah,
It's gross.
I thought it was pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah, well, you're not wearing brain matter.
You got a body for me? I'd love to take a look at some of his cyber.
So Rev should be here soon, actually, with some of the cyber, but I think one of our other crew shot him up with a submachine gun after he was already destroyed, and then Rev threw him off a building. Sorry, like, just so you know, like, the children of this group are going to come here soon, but it does seem that the adults in the room are here now.
Yeah. Well, when the children do get here, though, Bo, we've brought you some fresh meat to chop up so you can cyber up the new crew. Hopefully, they don't get themselves
will tear
killed.
your spare, so whatever you need.
As
long as you got the eddies, I'll hook you up.
I am going to contact Rev and be like, where the fuck are you? Like,
Rev, you get a text.
Technically, Reverend's closer, so
I think he just forgot to come and he's like heading over now, right? So
he comes around the corner. get you shit for calling him a child.
I didn't call you a child to your face.
To your face, shady bitch.
Yeah, because I think you got like a laser and an adrenal gland and some other shit, right? Like, Rev, you want to show Big Bo?
That's only because you're too scared to say it to my face, Bard.
You don't have a face, you have a mask.
Reverend will pull out the cyber that they've stripped.
Not bad, not bad. Let me take a look at that. I'll see what
All
I
that
can get
remains
for.
of the Night City Stalker.
You want this installed, or
Any of you want any of these parts, or?
I
I'm
think I'm
looking
good
for
with
different
selling it if we can sell it and make a profit. Because I can pay all my debts back and get the skin weave, the audio, and the muscle foam lace that I'm looking for. But beyond that, I'm pretty flat broke.
well, I can give you about 200 for the 2-shot capacitor laser, and this pop-up gun. It's got a decent weapon mount and link. Yeah, about 200 for that too.
And the gland, the booster. Sorry, don't know why I said gland.
Adrenal gland, man, that thing. Give you $50 for it.
I look to Hex and just smoke a cigarette, raise an eyebrow, and body language sort of signal like, do your thing.
Well, I mean, does
Could
that
I-
seem a... What? Go ahead.
Could I make a, what is it, cyber check to see what they might usually be, or would that be something else?
That'd be probably streetwise.
Oh,
Streetwise?
well, that I could probably do that.
Yeah,
I'll do it as well.
Should we all make it just in case, or
up to you guys.
15 from Reverend.
23.
Yep. Let's go.
let me just see what I rolled here. 25. I think
So, Reverend, you think it's probably a decent price? Pawn shops type thing. They have to make money on it. They'll usually give you maybe a fourth of its value. That's about what he's offering. Hex and Bard, you guys realize the same. He could probably sell it for about 4 times what he's paying you, but that's also chop shop prices, right? You're looking for someone to take it off your hands. You could probably push it and try and talk him into more, but this is at least a fair, straight up, just even trade.
Yeah.
He's
not screwing us over, basically.
Right.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a low ball because, you could decently go up to a third of its price if it was high value, but these are bits and odds and ends, so it's kind of a, you could try and get more. Wouldn't be offensive to try and get a little bit more, but it also is not offensive to make this offer.
Cool. Well, I honestly felt about the same, that it was pretty fair. But I was gonna say, at least suggest to Bo, how about we make it an even 500 total, and call it good. It's like $50 more.
Make a persuasion fast talk.
All right. Persuasion, because I'm bringing him business. All my new crew. 21.
I'll tell you what. Adrenal glands are kind of hard to move. Not a lot of people look for them. I'll give you the 500.
Yeah.
How about I give you the 400, and I install the adrenal gland for free.
Who wants an adrenal gland?
I look at Rev.
It lets me move it. I make the profit off of everything.
Well,
I'm just
Rev,
trying-
what are you looking to get here, right? Like,
No, you guys buy the adrenal gland, I do the installation for free. Hospital won't cover it.
The installation on the adrenal gland is what he's saying. Just clarifying.
yeah, I think so, right? Like he's
Yeah.
basically saying like he can just put it into one of us for nothing.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just asking Rev if he wants it. I don't.
Because I don't.
Basically what he's saying is, he'll give you $100. He says, "I'll give you $100 and install the adrenaline gland for free." I don't got a lot of ways to move it. That's more than what it's worth, right? It basically, it's you guys making $500, but only $100 in Eddie's, and he's covering the install.
The only problem is I don't think anybody wants the adrenal gland either.
Exactly.
We can sell for the 450.
Right.
I would propose that Hex take most of that money. I mean, like I could use 50 of it if it's okay, but mostly like you seem to have been doing deals for us, so.
How about the Sensa? If you're alright with this Hex, how about 400 eddies? And his first time meeting it though, adrenal glands free for you.
A gift
Yeah.
for new friends.
Sounds good to me. That way I can try and move it without having to pick it up off of anything.
Sounds fair.
I feel like Bard is instinctively smoking whenever he smokes, just like. Oh yeah, but anyway, I think both Reverend and I wanted some ears. Well, by that I mean some cyber audio, not actual ears.
Well, if you're looking to get cybered up, depends on what you're looking for. I can cover it and handle it personally. Or you got Alice, Switch, and Dante over there.
I look to Hex and raise another eyebrow.
Well, I'm sure that if Bo's hired them, they're more than capable.
Oh no, I just meant like you have the list. I think that whatever wanted, right?
Right. Well, we're looking at skin weave, muscle lace, enhanced antibodies for myself, skin weave basically for the whole crew, muscle and bone lace for Bard here. He just paid off his debts.
And
what
Reverend,
else?
I think, right?
Yeah, Reverend also wants muscle and bone lace here, and the enhanced antibodies with a pain editor as well. Yep.
And I think.
Did I miss anything?
I wanted the cyber audio, and so did Reverend, I believe. The cyber audio with the voice stress analyzer and the phone splice.
Okay.
You guys would be spending the day pretty much in surgery.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Chop them up, Doc. Chop them up.
No.
Hey, that's why I gave a free gift. So I can at least wake up from this operation.
So you guys get a couple of the people there to operate on you. Big Bo chills with Hex and kind of supervises. I was going to tell you, he says, "So, Hex,
What
you
up,
been
Big
up
Bo?
to? Haven't seen you moving a lot around lately. What sort of?
Well-
I mean, you say you're involved in the Night City Stalker. Taking him out ain't no small time. That's a big time gig. You start messing with some of those big players."
I'm trying to do, Bo. That's probably why you haven't seen me around a whole lot. I'm trying to swim with the big fish now. You catch my drift. You know Bruce.
I have heard of Bruce.
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of us have. What have you
She's
heard
got
on the
him.
street?
I hear she's got ambition.
Yeah,
a
I
lot
agree.
of ambition, she's made quick headway from just a street time like where you're at up to the top. She's probably one of the third down on the pyramid, I'd say. Bit higher than me, you know. I like to run my shop, but I don't get involved in the big politics and run around with one of them. Here she doesn't get along very well with Rasputin, which, you know, causes some problems between him and his brother.
Oh, who's his brother?
Oh, you ain't heard, babe? Man, Rasputin's a Kozlov.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. And
You
he
learn
don't like
something new
playing
every
second
day.
fiddle to his brother.
No, I wouldn't think so. You think he's gunning for top spot then?
I wouldn't put it past him.
Gunning for top spot. He's the man to do it.
Ain't that the truth? But man, he moves everything through this city. He's got the smuggling part down pat.
I agree.
I wish someone would fucking deal with Rasputin because his taxes are bleeding.
Oh, is he bleeding you dry, Bo?
Yeah, I got Man, unless it's a Russian import, which ain't nobody wants to buy Russian chop shop junk and secondhand shit. He charges premium taxes to get that shit smuggled in. I either got to go through him or start picking stuff up out the back of an Arasaka or Militech truck.
Oh, I hear you. Well, and they're no one to fuck with either.
Right.
I guess
right.
you take risks either way. You either spend the eddies or you put your ass on the line.
And at least I got the eddies to spend. I got a good shop here, good crew.
Oh,
I
Bo,
got
you're
an empty
smart.
table. I still need to find a fourth ripper, but
Hey, I'll keep my eye out for a ripper for you. If I find one, I'll send them your way. What was it? Oh, Bruce, you say she's got a lot of ambition. I won't lie. I mean, that's kind of why I've linked up with her here, because I got a lot of ambition myself. I wouldn't mind being a bit more like Bruce one of these days.
you sure about that? I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
know
mean,
she's a fish and all, but she's crazy as a cat.
oh yeah, but who doesn't want to be a little higher up on the food chain? Makes it harder for someone to eat you.
Ain't that the
But
truth?
Bo, you're probably gonna outlive the rest of us because you're smart. You're staying the fuck out of all that politics shit.
I'd advise the same for you, Hex. But you only get so far playing it safe the way I do. But hey, I got a good thing. I ain't complaining. And if you've got the guts and the ambition to start climbing your way up the ladder, well, fuck. I wish you the best of luck. I can't wait to see it. When you get up there, you remember Big Bo, right?
I'd never forget you, Big Bo. You're keeping me alive right now. Talking about my skin weave.
So you guys would get Ume and Nova. What are the two of you doing? You're muted, David.
Yes, I was. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. Detail. So, actually, if Nova wants to go clothes shopping,
Yeah, I'll
it's
go
always
with you.
fun enough. Yeah, you want a girls' night out clothes shopping? Are you into
Yeah.
fashion?
No, but I'll go with you.
Oh well, I know this place. It's just down the street. It's called Michiko's.
Oh.
Great place for fashion. Now she has some stuff in the back room. Now, last several times I've been there, it's mostly been me selling stuff. So I'm sure she'll be excited for me to actually buy something for a change. And she has some specialist designer armor wear that can be made to look like what I've got like now. So I'm gonna kind of go back there and order something special. And we can go browsing.
Yeah, I've never been to one of these stores before.
You've never been to a clothing store before?
Well, not like this, not with a back room.
Oh, yes. Well, no. Well, she's not the most like exclusive in the world, but in Japantown, she's quite nice. Yeah. So yeah, I'll take Nova over to Michiko's.
All right. As you guys walk in, what looks like 19, maybe 18 or 20-year-old girl in like a black Lolita outfit with devil horns on her head hops out and like greets you in horribly broken English and an awful accent that I cannot do without being incredibly insensitive and offensive.
Is she doing the goth Lolita look?
Yes.
All frills and black.
Yeah, all frills, black, lots of layers, everything. You guys can see different fashions and everything put up. There's all kinds of different clothes and
story time. When I lived in Japan, most interesting thing I've ever seen was riding on the subway across from Little Bo Peep, Shepherd's Crook and all.
Huh.
Right outside of Harajuku, which is the part of Tokyo where they sell this sort of fashion. Anyway, sidetrack aside. Sorry.
I didn't know that's where Little Bo Peep lived.
Yeah, apparently.
But she greets you guys and is like, so what can I help you get?
So do I know her?
This is Michiko.
Oh, this is Michiko.
She's actually way older. She just gets regular surgery to make herself stay young.
Yeah, I'm assuming I've never asked her how old she is.
No. It's just a common thing. Like, everyone knows she's older, but no one knows how old she really is.
She could be in her 30s or 40s, maybe older. Who knows? Michiko!
How are you?
I am good.
And who's your friend?
This is Nova. She's a fan.
Hi.
I know I don't get many of those these days, but she still is one. So she counts.
You know, you still have plenty of fans. Those idiots are so stupid. They can't replace you. Everyone knows that a band sucks after they replace the singer.
I am just waiting for. I haven't had a chance to speak with them since the breakup. But I do have plans on making words the next time they have a gig. And it might involve a couple of knees to a couple of balls, but we'll see how that goes.
Oh, then you need some of these fabulous new heels over here.
Well, actually, I was coming over. You see, I have come into a little bit of cash. Edge running.
So you're looking for the exceptionally rare.
I am. But you know me. It's not Ultimate Designer. It's worth wearing.
Of course, of course. Well, I do have a few things. Custom, very limited. They were produced for a little bit of an avant-garde show here in town, and I happened to acquire them. And, of course, they are from the back room, which means they are perfect for dealing with high-velocity...
Impact?
Yes.
Great minds think alike. Well, can we browse?
Oh, of course. Feel free.
Yes,
Feel free.
Yes.
And you, darling, we really need to work on the whole techie look. This greasy garb just ain't doing it. We need to give you a whole makeover.
There's nothing wrong with the greasy garb look per se. I just think that we could help her identify a fashion that suits her look better.
Oh, I know. No, I'm just sort of. This is more clothes than I've seen ever.
Oh, we'll find you.
Oh, you poor thing.
It's okay, Michiko. Not everybody's been privileged like you and I have.
I suddenly feel very, very subconscious of this tank top that I have with like mustard down the side. Oh shit! This is.
I don't want to overwhelm you since it's your first time and you're a fashion virgin. I will let Ume guide you. I'd be a little too rough for you, I think. Enjoy.
I lean over to Nova and says, she doesn't seem to know me very well. She thinks I'm being less rough. And I give her a wink and I walk into the back room.
Okay.
I already kind of picked out. I'm not planning on changing like the clothing. Really, it's just gonna be the same kind of like leather jacket. Maybe you'll have some nice flourishes. It is super chic, the one I got, rather than high fashion. So maybe it has like details and the way it's cut. It's got like perhaps some different elements to it that are a bit more avant-garde, as Michiko said, but it's going to be a similar look. Is that okay if I kind of go for that kind of thing? Yeah. I set it up using the armor rules, super chic, so +3 bonus to wardrobe and style.
If every piece is made of it.
Which it... I'm just making sure the shirt is as well. Yes, everything is super chic.
Okay. Awesome.
It's the whole outfit's almost 8,000 eddies. It's all the cash I have on me. and it's SP 16, which is the most I could get at that level. Which is medium.
So
Dang,
you guys have an incredible, and it is an outfit, and she even has like a test pistol for you to shoot it and see,
see how it feels. Of course, I can't help but pose with it every single time I pull, I shoot, and then I pose. I pull, I shoot.
I pull out a frag. Do you want to try with this?
Oh,
I grab the frag grenade without thinking. I'm about to. Well, no, I have a bad history of throwing frag grenades. Take that back. I think those sort of weapons are better left in the hands of a professional like yourself.
All right.
Like, I don't want to blow us up, and I'm sure Michiko would appreciate that as well.
No grenades in my store. Ow, 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 ow.
Sorry, Happy Ball. I throw it out the thing.
Boom! Here's somebody cursing in Japanese outside.
Just rolls across the floor.
Where are all of you guys, as you guys finish shopping, you do see the text about meeting up at Big Bo's, which is just down the block, actually.
I think before we actually are meeting up.
Well, you guys are in surgery, so I'm saying Ume and Nova would have.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
okay,
once I'm done clothes shopping, I guess I'll look over at Nova and say, and I will browse with Nova. I don't know if Nova wants to buy anything at this point, but maybe.
I might buy like some combat boots just so I don't feel left out.
There's some really great high fashion combat boots.
30 eddies.
30, okay. Okay, good.
Well,
So
it
I'll
would
go
actually,
for
no.
30.
Here, because it's high fashion, that'd be
Oh, shit.
times 4, so 120 eddies.
Okay, I'll buy 120 high fashion combat boots.
That's my girl.
All right. I'll put that on my ledger.
I think Andrew, one of the tasks that you now have is to define what high fashion combat boots look like.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
High fashion. Is that the word? Well, you used a specific word. What was it?
High fashion combat.
Oh, is it high fashion? Okay. Combat boots.
I bought the stuff I bought is super chic, which is a particular range, which is like way more expensive, 7 times the base cost.
I don't
Look
want
up
that.
demonias. Look up demonias.
Oh, I loved those. Yeah.
I'm looking it up because I
Oh yeah, those will work.
I used to wear I actually wore like a crazy pair for my senior prom.
Mine just broke. I need to buy new ones because my platform's broke.
I am not goth, but I had enough goth friends over the years to recognize goth.
Yeah, they platform ones, Frosty.
There are various versions.
Yeah.
I'll take
Mostly
the,
platforms.
I'll take
This is
the
not sponsored, by the way. We're not sponsored by them.
not yet,
Hey.
Frosty, not yet.
Hey, I will
But
say,
if there are
I will
companies
say,
listening there that want to sponsor us for
Demonia could be one of them. Who knows?
Totally.
They do come in pink.
Cyberpunk, because goth boots are expensive. Edge running, because goth boots are expensive.
Yes. I turned to edge running just to support my shoe habit.
No, I think that there are so many people who would sympathize with that. Like, that is our demographic.
Hey,
People who are so desperate for shoes that they turn to dangerous paramilitary action.
We're not looking at you, Ume.
I literally walked into the store saying,
This is-
"I got money. I'm buying clothes."
This is when Nova thinks back and realizes that yes, Ume had no furniture, but there was a closet with like 30 other versions of his outfit.
Well, I did specifically try to paint how sad of a picture it was for Ume.
Oh, I know.
Only had one outfit.
I'm joking with you.
Yeah.
All right.
Of course, Nova.
You
But
guys-
anyway, as soon as we get the combat boots, I think we'll hit, unless Nova wants to do something else, we'll go to Big Bo's.
You guys take a walk down the block. It's rather uneventful. You see the usual Night City people occasionally in a fight, some homeless people on the side, especially in this part of town, right on the edge of the combat zone. You can hear the shots being fired in the distance. You can smell the scent of a few fresh fires.
And I am wearing my
hear
new
the
outfit,
screeching
by the way.
cars. Did you just throw out the old one, or is that like in the bag that you got from the shop?
I'm assuming. I think Big Bo's is actually my place is on the way to Big Bo's, isn't it? Isn't it like a block down and then over? Or?
Yeah, you're pretty close to Big Bo's.
You could do a loop, stop by your place, drop the clothes off, and head over.
I'll
to
drop
Big
it
Bo's.
off and then head over.
So you guys get there after you finish shopping, because shopping is a whole day affair, especially with what you're buying.
Of course.
They would just be coming out
What?
of surgery, rather injured.
Lightly injured, but yes.
Well, I've got
not
you
Rev.
too. Well, I've got you too, Big Bo. I just happened to think, I'm looking over at Rev. You still need a Ripper.
Rev's
We've
just
got
lying on the
Reverend.
table.
He just saved one of our new crew's life yesterday. That Night Stalker threw her clean through a wall. This guy saved her.
You don't say.
I do say.
And he's
Well,
also recently unemployed for reasons not associated with his skill set.
What's your name, son?
Rev just sort of on the table, moaning.
Wake up, Reverend.
Oh, come
I'm
on.
fucking awake.
It
It's
ain't that
Reverend.
bad.
Or you need my real name.
Hey, Reverend, they just said something insulting about the God Emperor.
Just in Bard's general direction.
As I give him the finger and I get up and walk over to Hex while he and Bo are talking.
We're trying to get you gainful employment.
I hear you're looking to be a ripper.
Yeah, I was doing trauma team, but shit didn't work out.
Fuck trauma team. Bunch of pansies that go wherever the top dollar is. The real hardcore people, they work here on the street, elbow deep in the bodies. Chroming up motherfuckers and digging out spare organs and...
Well, after this last job, I definitely agree with you.
Well, tell you what, you want to come in, let me see what you got, how you handle a couple of things. I'll toss you a few clients here and there, see how you do. All goes well, and you pass the interview. I'll set you up. You'll make a commission, have to pay your booth fee, but should pay you about decent. We'll see how skilled you are and base your pay on that. If you think you're up for it.
I'm more than up for it. And I'll put out my hand to Bo.
All right. I will need you at least 3 nights a week.
I can do it. If a job requires, can I call out for you?
Yeah, but you'll have to pay your booth fee for the night.
Works for me.
As I'm watching this exchange, can I try to give my buddy a hand here by basically just vouching for him? Like, trust me, this guy, as much as I'm like, as
Doesn't
much as
seem like it. Big Bo seems
Okay,
like the
okay.
type that wants to actually
wants to get the
seize
demonstration. Okay,
someone's
yeah.
skill before he decides
Yeah,
what to pay.
like I said, I was curious if this is a place where credibility, not persuasion, could apply. But it makes sense. I was asking, not I will say, while this is going on in the corner, I would like to mention something to Hex, but
Okay.
I'll wait till it's done. Oh yeah, so I had a hunch about the whole stalker thing, and I think that my instinct is that our friend Mouse might have been trying to
Oh yeah.
eliminate the data. Yeah, but I also looked into it. Turns out that there's a pretty solid profile for most of the victims. Only one was from Arasaka, and yet that one person from Arasaka didn't hire Arasaka security. I don't exactly know why. They all hired the same Argent Dynamics, which, Joshua was working for, but 16 corpos, one Arasaka. The one Arasaka wasn't hiring Arasaka security, and they were all conveniently murdered by the person installing their security.
I keep hearing this name Arasaka coming back. Mouse said Arasaka, you're saying Arasaka.
Look, I got beef with Arasaka, okay? I'm not trying to take them down or anything, but if I could blackmail them for money or some shit like that, yeah. Like,
Man. Well, all right, this might be a bit of a long shot, but hey, Big Bo, is there any chance you can pull a serial number off of those parts we gave you? We sold you?
I could take a look, but usually if it's been done by a good ripper, those serial numbers are well filed off.
Yeah, I got you.
well,
No way to tell where they came from, though.
You could probably dig around on the street, find out who usually deals in 2-shot capacitor lasers and pop-up weapons. I mean, that's you usually want to go somewhere specific.
I got you.
but
You don't
these two
usually
things are
install
pretty
that.
good. I don't get a lot of people looking for weaponry. Mostly the people that come in here are body sculpt people. A lot of poser gangs, the Gilligans, the Kennedys, dead presidents. They tend to come in here a lot.
oh yeah, once I get more money, I'm going to need you to work on these burns on my face, by the way.
Do you know any other rippers that do more of like weaponry type installations?
I know there was a ripper, doesn't work too far from here, named Noir, who usually worked with a little bit more high-end weapons installations. modifying vehicles and people and such, usually aftermarket. But other than that,
Bard's going to raise his hand.
I mean, I could toss out half a dozen names for the people who kind of do that work, and
So
you could throw a dart at any of them.
you seem like you know the street pretty well, and especially the cyber stuff. What we heard was that this guy was getting cybered up by a bunch of different people. Do you happen to know who they might have been? Like, he seemed to be going to multiple different individuals. We're just trying to find out.
The only reason to go to multiple Ripper Docs
Got something to hide.
is if you're trying to disperse a money trail. Otherwise, you'd always go to the one doc that you trust. But we all deal in the same stuff. It's just who our clients usually are.
Yeah. But
So if he's going to multiple, then it wouldn't really matter who he was going to. That sounds like a money trail. You'd want to talk to whoever was dealing out to the weapons.
So you said
if these
Noir,
are weapons that are
right?
being installed, that means Rasputin's definitely going to know. He's the main weapons and smuggler.
I mean,
But getting to him,
but you said lore, right? Like, so as long as we could get any access to this person's like financial or
lore's disappeared, man.
Really? That's fascinating.
Yeah, got some high profile gig and just shut down shop. Man, don't know what happened to him.
When did that happen?
A couple days ago.
Oh,
Wow.
the plot thickens.
Yeah, it does. Well, Bo, that was incredibly helpful.
I mean, I know I think he's got a private warehouse somewhere around here. Might be able to look into it. Someone on the street might have heard something. I don't know.
I mean, look,
kind of a competitor and not far down the street, so can't say I know everything about him, but
no,
Yeah.
of course.
seemed
Probably
like a
glad
good
he's
guy.
gone.
Seemed like a good guy.
Sure,
Business is better now that he's gone, though.
I'm just trying to see if there's a possibility of finding out one of the people that this guy bought cyber from, and try and trace his financials with that.
Yeah, you'd have to find out. You'd have to know what kind of cyberware he was getting and cross-reference it across the thing. And what you'd want to do is probably go to the smuggler bringing those parts in.
Yeah.
Cyber arms, cyber legs, cyber torso, neural wear, hydraulics. It looked like.
Well, that's a lot, and if he's going to different places for it, then that's going to be hard to pin down.
Even one person is enough, right? If he's paying.
Well, we have a name, Bard. I think we're gonna have to go talk to Rasputin. Lore's gone missing. That was probably our strongest lead.
Sorry. You can talk to Rasputin.
Yes.
Damn.
You are moving up in the world.
Okay.
You be careful out there.
I know. I'm swimming with the sharks. I hear you, Bo.
Hey, I mean, look, if you don't, this is a hunch of mine, right? I've been told I can't help but pulling at threads until a whole tapestry unravels. Like, if you don't want to look into this, I'm not going to endanger the crew, but I'll be damned if I want to let it get away with this shit.
That's a good point, then. If we are going to go barking up the Arasaka tree, then I think it's best that the whole crew have some input on this before we go contact Rasputin and start kicking the hornet's nest.
Well, you just got a bit of money, and I can still pay some stuff. Why don't we all go have a nice dinner and talk about it?
Well, I can go for some noodles.
Gotcha. Noodles.
Scent.
He just nods.
Yeah, you guys would all be there at this point.
Yeah. Oh, okay. They're walking in? Cool.
Well, I was going to try to make an entrance as I walked in with my new
Oh, please do,
my new
man.
threads. I was going to
Walk
in.
It is hilariously
with a shimmy.
appropriate that you would walk in with a shimmy and Bard is just like in his
Well,
head.
I am 100% positive that most of you won't give a damn. That's not important, though. That doesn't stop me from doing it, and
Bard,
I totally want you to do that.
Did
Bard,
we roll
not give
your
a
cyber damage for the cyber audio? Or for the surgical damage?
I rolled a 3. Which is that's 3 dots, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
How'd you roll minimum? Damn.
So, Frosty, I want to walk into Big Bo's and try to make an impression with how good I look in my clothing.
I mean, it's a minor surgery.
Oh,
I think that's
God.
probably why.
It's a major surgery.
Nope.
Oh no, you're right. Yeah,
Yep.
cyber
we
audio
talked
is
about
fine.
this.
Yes,
Yep. Cyber
Dyslexia.
optics is major. No, it's fine. But I'm sorry. I was just trying to point out, like, it's not that I just got lucky.
There are
yet.
two M's. There are two M's in the book.
There's an N
It
and
is.
an
It is
MA.
not the best laid out divisions
Okay,
of.
for everyone watching this book is confusing.
It's a product of its time. All role-playing books in the late 80s, early 90s were confusing.
And
Yeah.
we
That is
love
true.
it for that.
We do.
So
do
if
love
we
it.
get confused...
Have you
in
ever read
stream-
first edition AD&D?
Yes, I have.
That is
But
not
all
an
I'm
easy
saying
read.
is, to all our viewers, if we get confused in this stream, it's not us disagreeing with each other. The book is Satan.
Not clear.
But we also love it.
Well, the core is
Satan.
good. Anyway, so yeah, Parsi, I want to. Can I see if I can make a good impression on everybody as I walk in my cool threads?
Make a.
I only get a bonus to wardrobe and style with this outfit. So I don't know.
Make
I
a
don't know.
charismatic leadership.
All right, I'll do that. Sure. It's actually my first role of charismatic leadership, I think, with this Ume. I'll spend a point of luck because I'd hate to fumble on my first roll
Sorry.
of my most important skill. A 26.
Ooh,
I
nice.
did not need to spend the point of luck, but I'll
You
take it.
walk in and just everyone kind of turns, stops, looks. The whole place goes silent. You even hear Big Bo kind of mumble in the back. Damn.
There's no music playing, but you actually hear the music with like your model walk is
That's
so
right.
awesome. You
The
hear like a
click,
RuPaul
rhythmic
soundtrack
clack
in
of
the background.
the
RuPaul, yeah.
Can I Sherlock how much those clothes cost her?
make
Like
a
a
streetwise.
A shop fan turns on. Ume's hair.
Actually, make a fashion check, not a streetwise.
There isn't a fashion show.
It is. It would
It's
be
a
a custom intelligence skill.
Okay, so I'm just gonna roll.
I will point out I do not have any. What could that just be wardrobes and style?
Yeah,
Sure,
that's like-
actually, wardrobe and style. Let's roll.
Because I was about to say
wardrobe and
I
style.
didn't put any points in fashion.
yeah.
I put it in wardrobe and style.
Okay. So
Yeah,
I do-
wardrobe and style. That'd be what it is. Wardrobe and style.
17.
Hey,
They cost a lot. You know
As he
that.
looks-
They
As
cost
he
a
looks
lot.
her up and down and notes her still emaciated frame from her poor diet, he's gonna raise an eyebrow, smoke his
Can-
cigarette, and
can
not
I-
say anything.
can I say that the 17 was good enough to notice that it is armored?
Yes.
Yeah, no, he knows that. He's still noting the fact that you are still emaciated and have spent all your money on clothes, and he's gonna raise an eyebrow and just go,
I'm going to roll human perception to see if I notice that. I'm not going to give myself IP for this. This is just. Oh, and I rolled a 26.
"Oh yeah, you notice he's noticing, right? You notice it, and you notice he's
Wish I
judging,
hadn't said I
but he's
wouldn't give
also
myself-
not
I see you,
saying
see me.
anything."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she takes a look at you, and she says, "I've got my priorities." And as she looks at
They're the
everybody
wrong
staring at her,
ones.
no, as she looks at everybody staring at her and at the Ripper Doc, she says, "And I chose correctly."
As he looks at you, and
Walks
just,
up to Big Bo.
He looks-
Ume.
Nice to meet you. They call me Big Bo.
I can see why. You're quite the big man.
I am going to walk out of the shop. I have
Right?
no patience
Reverend is
for.
gonna do two things: click a button on his mask, black out his vision, and then turn his ears off.
Yeah. Like
Well,
literally
ain't you a
everybody just
charming lady?
closes their eyes and scatters.
Hey.
I'm gonna motion to Hex and just like walk away. But I'm
So,
also, phone splice, Reverend. I'm talking to you with the
such a
phone
big
splice.
voice.
There's just all the words. The fuck is this going on?
Yes, Ume. That's my handle.
what
I'm with
what kind
Hex
of chrome you
and
looking
Bard.
for? I'll tell you this: I could handle any installations personally.
I'm sure you could. But right now, actually, I do not have the funds to purchase any chrome. But I can see that we've my crew, and she motions
Oh yeah,
to
they've all
Hex
been
and-
getting chromed up.
Yes. So I promise you, you will be the first port I call.
Well, if you ever need anything, you know where to find me. You won't
I
find
do
anywhere
indeed.
more reliable than Big Bows. And just remember, we'll tear your spare, no extra charge.
That has some double meanings, I think, as she sort of turns and walks off a bit.
You got some interesting friends, Reverend. You got some interesting friends.
As Bard is still giving Reverend a middle finger, as always.
But you better watch out for my girl Hex. You got that?
Hey, so far so good. We met the Night City Stalker and lived to tell the tale.
Sorry, are we all? No, I'm outside. Sorry, yeah.
Hey, only one who really needs to be watched over is the little one over there, pointing at Nova.
No,
You're like, what?
Yeah, she looks about as stable as a bag full of squirrels.
I didn't do anything.
a bag full of squirrels is surprisingly stable. I've experimented with this before.
And just walked in.
That's an
Weird
interesting
boots.
experiment there, Bard. I would be very fascinated to learn A, why, and B, what you learned from it.
But anyways, this ain't a fucking bar, so if any of you ain't getting more chrome, I gotta ask you all to step out.
I'll step out, and I'm gonna, as we're stepping out, I'm gonna look towards Hex and just since we're apparently the de facto parents of this group, how about we split the money for a nice meal and talk about shit over it?
Weren't you just offering to buy everyone a meal?
I was saying the two of us, but I could also just pay for the whole thing, right? Like,
It's, whatever you want to do.
Wait. Before we do anything, Ume goes over and she sort of like props up her cell phone over in a corner. Say, quick, everybody, quick! I got 10 seconds. Come on, quick!
Okay.
Let's get everybody in the
Bard,
quick picture.
We're
Bard
posing.
gets in, but he puts his hat down a little bit, and he's just like smoking a cigarette.
I'm trying to get my boots out so you can see it.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I have
Like
blood
hide
in my
it.
hair.
Yeah,
so
I
as-
could
as
just see
Nova-
Hex
as
turning
Nova
to
puts
Ume.
her boot-
I have blood in my hair, and that's where the
Hex,
photo.
Sorry, as Nova puts her boot out, and almost because she is a twig, Bard is gonna grab her leg and just hold it up so that she can stay up for the photo.
Oh boy.
and
What's
Reverend somewhere
is
in the
Reverend
background,
just,
I'm guessing.
rubbing
Yeah,
his
just
head?
sitting up. No, Reverend needs the mask from Watch Dogs 2 that has the scrolling lights.
Ume goes over, looks at the pic. Actually, can I roll to see if I take a good picture?
Sure. Photography and film.
Yep, I'm going to spend a point of luck on this because I know where my priorities lie.
Humble.
I rolled a 20.
Nice.
All right. You take an like, despite the fact that everyone is like not looking or turning in the wrong, like it looks, it's a very
it's-
memorable and touching photo.
It looks almost like it's staged, maybe like
Right.
it's like the Last Supper.
The chaos is
It's like
really?
mid conversation.
Yeah.
And Ume's standing there in the middle.
I can't
Okay.
believe you just.
All right.
I-
That's a bit much. That's a bit much.
Like, okay,
Maybe the
Jesus,
stage
okay,
thing.
Okay,
Maybe the
Jesus,
stage thing.
right? So
That's a bit much.
anyway, Hex, as this is
Reel
like
her back
gone
in.
down,
That's right,
like
yeah.
reel it in. We also I have my suspicions to discuss with the group. However, I also know, as you mentioned, you have a job from Brucey that does seem both immediate and also a bit easy to do. So if I was gonna investigate these suspicions, that'd be a longer term thing. And it might
Yes.
require money. And right now, we need more money. So why don't we, again, my instinct would be to do the job, and then we can all keep looking into this stuff. But
Well, and I think we established with Bo that if we do investigate this, it's going to take some legwork. So yeah, I would say it's the
you're
same.
gonna need to talk to Rasputin, right? Which is hard
As you're
to
talking,
do.
Bard, your phone rings.
Well,
Ume
with my
post a
phone-
picture on
with
Cybergram, by
my
the way.
phone splice, I just pick up. Go for Bard, Uncolored Truth Investigations.
Yes, this is Mr. Double. I believe we met the other night during the incident with the Night City Stalker.
You believe we met the other night.
If
Yes, we did.
if I have the correct number.
You have the correct number. I'm sorry. I do like to dissect semantics. It's part of my charm, or lack thereof. What can I do for you, Mr. Cullen?
We're preparing to air the particular evidence that we received and acquired during the negotiations this evening, and we would like your crew to come in for a one-on-one exclusive interview.
Is there any benefit to the crew financially to do this?
Well, we
Not
can
not
give
that
you...
not that it's needed. I need to make sure that I have all the stakes before I lay it out to the
We can give the crew about $1,000 for the story, but I believe you've also already been paid a portion for the story's coverage.
No,
and
of course.
the reputation that you would get airing on Studio 54's news station
No, you
would
are the
be
the
compensation in
preeminent news station.
itself.
When would you like? Also, do we need to be dressed in any particular fashion?
We'd like you here around 7 p.m. to record the interview.
I see.
That leaves you an hour to get downtown.
Oh, well, you have makeup artists. Unfortunately, one of our members still has brain matter in her hair. She seems to have taken it as a fashion statement, but
All the better.
excellent. I thought so too. I tried to tell her that, but she didn't believe me. But
It'll provide a striking contrast to the dangers that you went through and heroism.
heroism.
Heroism. That. Brain.
Sorry.
I knew it did sound right as soon as I said it.
I wouldn't correct him, but it's barred. I have.
He
to
doesn't
correct-
say that. That was my mistake.
I know. And I looked at the crew. We're being asked to give an interview at Studio 54.
Totally. Let's do it.
Yeah, that would be great for our crew.
Yeah. It'll get us all in front, get us our rep out. We'll get like huge boost and think of like what it would mean to us.
I think that this is amenable. I also would like to reestablish my credibility amongst this city because I've lost a little bit of it. But
I don't know why you would say that. You literally talked them into giving us 50K without seeing any evidence.
I used to be better.
Didn't we all?
Yes.
Do we have to do this?
You
Do
don't
not
have
want to
to.
be on TV, Nova?
No, not unless there's something else we're getting for it. But I don't want to.
We're getting money, but I will ask double.
You
There
seem
is a member
worried.
of our crew who is trepidatious.
It's an all or nothing package.
Oh,
And I'll look to Nova and just, can I make a human perception check to see what's going on with her? I don't need IP for it. I just
Sure,
want
sure.
to. Okay. 34.
All right.
Jesus.
Nova, what is that read? That is pure facts. What is that able to read from?
Sorry, do I get IP for that, by the way, with that
Yeah,
check?
yeah, that's still a successful IP. So
She's
you don't
nervous.
get extra IP. Just
No, I know, yeah.
She's nervous. You get a couple of different things. So she's nervous, mostly because she doesn't like talking in front of people. She's not really a outgoing kind of person, and that sounds very, very sort of not what her
Hey.
temperament is. But also, you know that she's nervous about being identified by people that would be watching this,
Uh-huh.
and
That
like
was my
other
suspicion.
connections that would want to know, like, oh look, there's that fucker.
As I look at her and sort of like, okay, double, and I'll walk over to Nova and I'll be speaking out loud, even though I don't need to with the splice, right? There's one of our crew
with the
who,
phone
like-
splice, he can't hear anything that the rest of you are saying.
No, I know, but I'm speaking out loud so
Okay.
that Nova can hear what I'm saying because I want her to know what I'm saying.
Okay.
One of our crew would prefer to remain a bit more anonymous and some kind of simple mask or hood. She will still be there, right?
He's
But,
backlighter.
yeah, we all are. None of us get into this because we've made the best decisions in life. And I can already see that First of all, I don't think she would want to speak much, so you wouldn't lose anything in terms of content. Second of all, you will get all of us, but this is a person who desires some anonymity, and I think that you might not be able to understand that.
Make a persuasion fast talk.
I will spend 3 luck on this.
Hard of all people do it.
Hey, he's not stupid.
I never said he was.
26.
I said it's fucking Bard. It's not like he can't.
He agrees on the condition that each of your crew answers all 3 questions that they have for the interview. No evasions.
I look to Nova. Is that acceptable to you? I will not make a unilateral decision here, but this would get us rep and money.
She looks around to the crew and she goes, I'll do it.
Proud of you, kid.
We'll be there in an hour. And
Remember what I said the other night. If anybody comes a knocking, you got us, right?
And I'll hang up on him.
Yeah, remember we're friends.
Yeah. I'll hang up and I'll look to Nova and just, you're very brave. Thank you.
I know you had a pretty rough introduction to this crew, but you've proven yourself, Nova. We got your back.
And I'm gonna pull out Poppin' Marlowe and just fire the confetti cannon up into the air. Friends forever. As it comes down on his hat. And then he has to start dusting. Yeah, I know, but he has to start dusting it off. As he's just like commemorating.
That's funny.
And oh fuck it, I give her a hug. And I just say, because she's already picked up so much about her, right? Like, I know you feel like you've been abandoned in the past, and you might be again, and you're worried about this because you think you can't fuck this up. But we're all pieces of shit who have things to deal with. And to be honest, hey, I don't trust people easily. I can trust you. I mean, I don't trust that you'll make the right decisions, but I trust that you're going to be honest and that you wear your heart on your sleeve.
Shit. Well, I'll do my best.
What's it your necklace said? Supernova?
Yeah, I kind of look around a little.
He's whispering. He's not saying this super loud. He's
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm sure whoever they are, they're proud of you in their way.
Maybe. Hey, that was a good use of the thing. I did good with that one.
You did, yeah. No, it lets me insert comedy into situations. I might use it in the interview.
Yeah, you can't do that with any bullet.
No, you know what? I'm gonna like when we're talking about how Hex popped him in the head, Poppin' Marlowe, right?
Right. Yeah, there you go.
I will point out, like, holding up a gun in the
I'm
air.
not actually gonna pull out a gun in an interview, Ume. I'm trying to make Nova feel better here.
I understand.
So we can't pull out guns or explosives during the interview.
I would
probably
not,
be a bad idea.
So
Okay.
I know your instinct is to share the happy balls. Don't.
Okay. All right.
Not here.
I'll just keep it in my pocket.
Mm-hmm. As I look towards everyone else and just, okay.
I'm up for it.
All right. We are going to go to break. So we will see everyone shortly, and we'll come back for our break in a little bit. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and we'll see how things go.
Awesome.
And we're back. All right. So last we left off, everyone, you guys had just gotten called in for an interview. You had about an hour to get to Studio 54's tower in downtown, which is about 4 blocks up and a block over, a block to the west. Is there anything that you guys are doing before you head up to the interview?
I'm gonna.
I am
No.
going to do my best to make myself look good.
I'm.
Here on the street, just as you're walking, or are you heading
Yeah,
home?
I pull out my compact mirror and my makeup.
I feel like Bard is just walking behind Hex, occasionally picking a piece of brain out of her hair, but otherwise, no. Sorry, just I'm doing the ape thing.
I
Oh,
What-
are you grooming me?
Make a personal grooming check.
It's not quite personal grooming. It's more of like
communal grooming.
Impersonal yeah.
communal grooming. Yeah.
It's personnel grooming. Personnel grooming.
9. Okay. So apparently, I'm good at noticing where the brain matter is and get. She's still got blood.
You
in her
grab
hair.
a bottle of water and kind of pour out and rinse out the last bit of blood.
Just trust me, and like here, like just I can't. Braid
Ume,
it.
please
Okay.
make a wardrobe and style.
All right. Can I? Do I get
Add
to
the
use
plus.
my?
You get to use the +3.
I'm going to spend a point of luck because I know where my priorities lie. I'm sure that's never going to get old. Me saying that. All right, a 20.
You look great.
Damn straight.
Okay. Before we go into this, everyone, if there is any kind of gotcha questions, if there's anything that makes us all look like assholes,
We fuck him over.
I was gonna say try to leave it to me or Hex, but depends on the context.
I say we fuck him over, but that's just me.
I appreciate your input, and I think you are a valuable member of this group. On the other hand, and he looks your clothes up and down again. We can
I think
certainly.
he's telling
fuck
me
him
to
over.
shut the fuck up.
Oh, is that what you're getting?
Yeah.
I'm more saying be careful with your words.
I know. I'm
Yes.
sorry, Bard. I am being a bit of a jerk about it. But you're right.
No,
You're
I'm
right.
not. I know that me simply saying this is also hilarious and ironic because I'm not usually careful with my words, but we will be on television or radio or. I'm sorry, I'm not really good with these things. Do they have like magical like image boxes these days?
The TV.
Surely not.
I think those things.
You mean
Those things might exist
there's a way we can see people who aren't actually here doing
in the
things
same room with us? Yeah.
on a screen?
Mm.
I should have just jumped off with the grenades.
I
Life would
I
be so much easier.
I can't
Yes.
I can't comprehend that.
I know. It goes totally against your 1920s private investigator vibe, but it's very much true.
As he smokes a cigarette and the entire area around him turns monochromatic. See,
That's
I
right.
don't know what
With the
you're
fedora
talking
and
about.
everything.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. As she walked into my office, her hair,
So you start
But
now.
as her personality, it was almost as if the hair was a metaphor.
A metaphor for a metaphor.
Sorry.
Bard and Ume just
We're
joke with
bantering.
each other.
We're bantering.
Banter.
Yeah, as you
back
guys
and
banter,
forth.
you eventually get to the place, and they have people there to do wardrobe and makeup. They are like, like they kind of leave Ume alone, but they gussy up the rest of you. And they say, so for the first part, we're going to pull each of you in for a one-on-one interview recording so that we can get a little bit of details and personnel facts and everything like that. You'll be interviewing with Mr. Double, and then we have a few questions for you guys as a whole, as a group. And then we're going to split that into part stories as we cover the downfall of the Night City Stalker at the end of the night. Are there any questions?
No.
All right. If you
Nothing
can all
else.
come over
Well,
here to the green room, there's coffee, there's donuts, there's some food set out for everyone here. You're welcome to sit and relax and enjoy everything. We'll be calling you in one by one.
I eat so many donuts, but I also do.
Ume is so starved.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to sit near Nova and just try to reassure her as much as I can.
All right. So, will each of you roll a d10 for me?
Frosty, before we get in there too, I want when we're grooming, can I get the groomer to like do a different hairstyle for me? Not like wild and crazy, but like something very atypical, maybe like
Put it in a
straight.
bun or something.
Yeah, like a bun or something. Yeah,
Yeah,
just something that's
Trying to
not
make you look
Nova iconic.
just a little
I mean,
different.
Sorry, I
not
feel like
wild
Bard
and
would just
crazy.
pull out a fedora from his infinite bag of fedoras.
Yeah, just looking for a different silhouette when they backlight me.
All right. So, the first person they pull back is Hex.
Ah, damn it.
I will point out, Reverend and Nova didn't roll.
I just
Oh,
They did
oh,
not.
were we supposed to roll something?
Roll
Oh,
a
1d10.
yeah, I rolled a d10.
Oh shit! You know what? I wasn't paying attention to that part. That's my fault. I got a 10.
All right, so Hex, they pull you back first.
All right.
We believe in you, Hex.
As Double kind of is sitting there, and it's a nice room. It's set up to look like a fancy little like lounge, a little techie, kind of glitched and well lit. And he's sitting in one chair, and you're kind of sitting on the other. They've got the cameras facing each side, and he says, "So, Hex, as we understand that you're the de facto leader of the group, and we were wondering, what does your group in particular call themselves?"
Oh God, you would ask me that, wouldn't you? Gutsy. That's what I'd call my crew. Gutsy.
You're the Gutsies. How fascinating! Quite the talented name there for each of you. And considering that during these events we were able to record your extreme misfire and damage to the building with assault rifles, how do you feel adequate carrying such dangerous firearms in Night City with your inability to use them?
I
How do you
mean,
balance these things?
well, I mean, if it was all up to the NCPD, they would have brought it. They would have never caught the fucking Night Stalker, you know. So sometimes you gotta be a little rebellious. You gotta be a little gutsy. So yeah, who's qualified in Night City anyway? I brought down the Night Stalker. That's all that matters.
We did hear that you were able to kill the Night Stalker. Could you tell us a little bit about how that we were able to record you getting the final shots on him. Could you explain to us just how exactly you were able to manage such a shot in such a chaotic environment with your clear lack of skill?
Boy, you were trying to get a rise out of me, aren't you? Ah, I like it. Anyway, so picture this. We're all in the apartment. Night Stalker has literally lobbed one of my mates right through the wall. Ume and Bard are laying down as much damage as they possibly can on the sucker. And I've, of course, in the worst spot in the whole damn room. So I thought I would just leap over the countertop, but in case you didn't notice, I'm a little on the short side, so I didn't quite clear it. And, well, when I landed on the other side, I might have sort of kind of unloaded my
You blew your
AR
load
to the
then.
floor. Yeah. Well, we all have a rough night. But I was able to get it reloaded, jump back up, and manage to liquefy the motherfucker's skull anyway. So, what's the matter?
Well, I am curious. As the leader, it's up to you to bring people onto the team and to include them. And we have a little bit of research that your crew member, Ume, recently lost her position with her band and has discontinued and is currently having a failing music career and has disappeared off the thing. How do you explain bringing such a person onto your crew and into such a dangerous situation?
Oh, Ume? You should have seen her last night. She was on fire. She was the first one to stand up to the Night Stalker. She grabbed her fucking shotgun and got right up in that guy's face. You can't tell me I chose wrong with that woman.
No, I
If
suppose we can't. She does have a
if
streak
Neon
of
Pulse,
bravery.
exactly. If Neon Pulse lost her, it's their loss and our gain.
All right. So the next person they call in is Reverend.
I like give Reverend a high five on the way out the door. Good luck in there, Rev. Don't let him get to you.
Do
So,
we
see.
get a chance to watch the interviews as they're happening, or is it
not
separated
yet.
from?
No, it's separated.
Okay.
So Reverend, as you head in, same setup. They've
Yeah.
got the lights and everything. Um, as he looks to you and he asks, "So, regarding the mask and this anonymity, is there a particular reason you feel that your identity needs to be hidden? What are you actually afraid of?"
Reverend dusts off his legs and then sits cross-legged like this. Well, if you're gonna ask me something like that, for your information, mask is for an accident that happened. Because I have some useful things in it. What am I afraid of? That's personal, biz.
During the incident in question, the Night City Stalker had injured one of your crewmates, but was currently engaging in a fight. How do you rationalize and justify aiding a clearly helpless individual that didn't contribute anything to the team when the rest of your team was engaged in a firefight for their lives?
Well, you saw it. It was a tight hallway. Bard can handle himself. Ume, very impressed by her own work. Nova, she needed help. And what's the medic's job other than to help their team?
Now, additionally, we have it on good authority that you've been friends with the person who goes by Bard for quite some time, since your connections all through college, and have interacted on several events throughout the city. Now you two are working in a crew. How does it feel having to put your lives in the hand of such a dangerous and ill-intended alcoholic so deep down the bottle?
Well, if he was normal, would be the fun and edge running with them.
I see, I see. Well, thank you for your time. Uh, the next person they call in is Ume.
Yes, apparently.
So as they call you in,
Did I have a chance to learn what questions they asked Hex while Reverend was in there?
nope, they're just pulling you
All
out.
individually
Yeah.
separately.
As you go in,
I go in. I try to go in with a flourish. I sit down across from him. I goes, so hello, Mr. Devil. We meet yet again.
it's a pleasure to see you again.
Of course, always a pleasure.
Now, you were one of the first to respond during the incident with the Night Stalker. However, it seemed your crew was ill prepared to actually handle the Night City Stalker and was caught by surprise, especially when the power went out. Can you please explain to me how getting involved in such a dangerous situation to trade such information led to such an oversight?
Well, I mean, anytime you're in an edge running situation or high crisis thing, you cannot predict every possible outcome. So the best you can do is be overall prepared as you can. I think we handled the situation incredibly well under the circumstances. Entire power of the building being cut. We were able to catch the Night Stalker, kill him before he killed the person with the target that he was going after. We were successful despite the limitations that we had. So I think it shows a lot of sort of improvisational skills and quick thinking on the team's part.
I see, I see. Now, how did you feel about the others interfering in your clearly combat with the Night City Stalker?
I don't know about interfere. I mean, I'm not going to take on that guy by myself. What do you think I am, fucking crazy? Guy was like, did you see that guy? He was cybered up to the nines. He had sort of horribly. If he tried to attack, if Bard wasn't there, that guy would have attacked me. I would have been.
Well, considering that you're just a musician and not a very successful one at that, I find it hard to believe that you've just jumped into edge running with a completely sane mind.
Well, I never claimed to be sane, but that's hardly one thing or another. But to call me a failed musician is a bunch of bullshit. Neon Pulse is nothing without me. Absolutely nothing. And they are completely going to not succeed.
All right.
But no, it's I am perfectly capable of handling myself in edge running. I wouldn't have gotten into this if I didn't have at least some background in being able to handle myself.
Uh, all right, and with that, they then pull Bard in.
As I smoke and sit down.
So, Bard, you're a local private investigator who's disappeared off the map after a incident with a company. One of your lovers was killed. Exactly what? How did you end up getting her killed?
And I smile and just, well, apparently, when you look into corporate corruption in the city, things tend to go down badly. And especially when you fall for a nice pair of legs who's there to pull you off the trail and push you onto something else. You fall equally as hard. So, how did I end up getting her killed? Night City got her killed.
Indeed.
This whole fucking system got her killed.
So you claim no responsibility for the incident. That's interesting because we also understand that one of your comrades, the one who goes by Nova, is also connected to Arasaka, and that Arasaka was actually part of the incident involving the Night City Stalker. Do you believe that you might have a traitor in your midst, considering their parents' affiliation with the company?
Before you run over me, before you try to put words in my mouth, I did not say any of that. Cammy was a plant from Miltech. And this city is a city where you find one corporation doing bad things and you fuck with it and you pull up other shit. If you want to sit here and tell me that I got her killed, then that is fine. But just know that you are starting a credibility fight your ego can't cash here.
What I'm asking about is how an investigator, or at least someone who claims to be a private investigator, such as you, managed to miss the fact.
Sorry. I would love to try and awareness him one more time. To Sherlock him. May I, please?
Sure. I'm gonna say it's at a -4 because you're kind of under the hot light and being grilled. And
sure, I'll use 2 luck on this. So 24.
He's wearing a nice suit. He's calm, collected. He seems to be. I mean, you can see he's got professionals all around. This is sort of. He doesn't seem to be working off of a script and just kind of throwing.
I know. I'm trying to see if I can get any like minor detail about him that I could use as a demonstration. The 24 is really high.
He's got a buried British accent. He's kind of faking his American accent. He's well manicured, not a lot of dust. His suit's well groomed. There's not a lot for you to go off of. You don't see a lot of calluses or anything on his hand. He probably hasn't worked very hard or done a lot of physical labor. He's making constant eye contact. He feels fairly confident. He seems to be kind of asserting himself in the situation.
Okay. So yeah. Sorry, what was he saying? My bad.
He says, no, I'm curious how an investigator of your stature allowed Nova, who's got a familial connection with Arasaka, as well as several gang connections, including a connection with the Corsairs and pirates of the city, how you managed to miss these associations and possible betrayal of the group, considering that you brought Arasaka to a negotiation. Do you believe that they may have leaked this information, and how did it elude you?
As I smoke one more time and just... So first of all, I'm not in charge of this part of this group. Second of all, and for all of your viewers out there, We all know that this city runs off of betrayal and misinformation. If I iced everybody who had a connection to a corporation, I wouldn't not only have friends, I wouldn't have dog walkers. I wouldn't even have a grocery clerk. I am not here to debate the merits of the crew's past. I am here to talk about what they did in the present. And all I can say is that what they did in the present was confront and defeat the Night City Stalker. And you brought up my alcoholism. Yeah. Again, I defy anybody in this fucking city to tell me that you don't need drugs or something to get you through the shit that comes up every goddamn day of every goddamn week. If that makes me weak, then call me weak. If that makes me untrustworthy, then call me untrustworthy. But I'm telling you all here, right now.
Are you saying you can't be trusted due to your alcoholism?
Oh, you put those words in my mouth like a professional, but you also know that they are so untrue, and I can see it in your eyes. They were a little bit desperate here to make sure that you make me look bad. Uncolored Truth Investigations. This crew, anybody who wants help in this shithole of a city, I'm here for it. Now, if you want to make it the fact that I drink or drank, that's enough.
As they kind of give you the wave, we're cut off for time. We gotta move on to the next person.
As I blow smoke in his face and just wink at him. And can I make a credibility check? Because that's exactly what I was trying to do there, right? Like,
Sure.
Like, thank you. And I will spend 5 luck on this. $35. Another crit. Thank you.
All right. So, next they pull in Nova. And they've got it set up and the lighting's all tinted to kind of like close your face.
I wonder if I can actually... Will this...
Yeah.
No, that doesn't really kind of work.
Nova. You were hiding around around the corner, and despite that fact, you were targeted first by the Night City Stalker. How do you explain your inability to anticipate his attacks, and what was it? How terrified were you that you were going to die in that situation?
She takes a thing of water, and she says, I was not terrified. Because I didn't know he was coming. So I couldn't be terrified. I can only be terrified of things that you know of coming. Right?
Well, that could be true, and it's amazing that he didn't kill you. How do you think you actually managed to survive that?
Oh, that was Rev. Rev helped. Also...
Reverend, take a moment here. Are you aware that this Reverend who was treating you actually has a history of drug use and stealing from medical infirmaries and was actually kicked out of trauma team due to several violations of their policies, including endangering civilians and being intoxicated on the job?
So lucky I can't hear this.
And he wouldn't do drugs with me?
So you were on drugs at the time of the Night City Stalker?
No, they had worn off at that point.
And so you think you're not entirely sure. So was the entire crew on drugs?
No, not
like
everybody.
The others
just most
said.
Of us.
Well, okay.
Wait, I don't think I'm supposed to say that. Wait, I don't think I was supposed to. Can we go back? Can we go back?
Now,
you can edit that part out, right? Oh, God.
thank you so much for your time, Nova.
No, we gotta go. You can't just. And I stand up and I'm gonna throw the chair at the camera.
It smashes. So they kind of bring you guys all back to a side room for you guys to get a chance to talk. And Double comes in. Thank you all for your time. That was actually a rather good interview. We're going to be splicing it together with a few other questions and putting together a nice collective wheel to be totaled in. You're all welcome to go now. Thank you for your time.
If you show any of that shit, I swear to God.
You're muted, Reverend.
David.
No, it's my headset being fucked up.
Are we in the room alone with Double for a brief moment?
Yeah.
When Nova comes to the back, is she flustered? Clearly, or
No. She's like sweating.
As Ume leaves, she's gonna knee him in the balls.
You will have to make it to hit roll for that.
I'm okay with that.
Okay.
You
so
are a wily bunch.
Guys, like
I'm spending a point of luck on
this is going to
Double
be
in the
a
balls.
total of a minus 11 because of run and gun.
can I try and block that as well?
I have a thing to say, but that's it.
All right, minus 10 because I.
Yeah. And tiny target, you know. Oh,
who needs to knee him in the balls after that remark?
Is it really at a minus 11 to try to?
Yeah.
Look, Reverend will even block.
I got an 11.
He
He can make his dodge escape.
He probably missed, but I have something to say to him. That's.
As I see Nova's kind of sweating bullets and stuff, I'm gonna say it's okay, kid. It's okay. And I'll not like pat her on the back.
I don't know. I think I might have said something I should have not have, but I don't know.
What do you think you said?
I might have said that. Hey, and I point right at Reverend.
He rolls a 14,
fucking do
so he will manage to like catch and kind of like
as that happens, I move in and just start trying to usher people out, and I look at Double. And first of all, I raise an eyebrow and say, the money. And second of all, I say, look, I appreciate sensationalism as much as the next person, but you have a crew here who just brought down a serial killer.
Oh yeah, despite the intricacies of your group dynamic as well as some of your personal failings, you've all managed to portray a relative typical edge runner that is out to make a buck and a little bit crazy but can't be trusted.
I want to fucking kick your ass.
Oh my God! And I'm gonna get in between them now and like start like
I'm
like all right, mom's here now.
Ume, like shut up, Double. Listen, I think I portrayed to you and people today that at least there's some people here whose word can be trusted. Why are you trying to make this a sensationalist story when you could easily have exclusive access to a group that is going to be doing I don't know what? You're burning a bridge rather than building one.
Whoa. Who's burning nothing here? Like, there's no bridges being burnt. Double, you got good interviews from us, right?
Absolutely.
He got what he wanted. We got what we wanted. We got paid, yeah?
Yeah, but we also got insulted, and I'm trying to make sure that
Who gives a fuck?
I
you think
give a
this
fuck.
guy has the ability to insult us? We just
Also
kicked
remember,
ass.
we only know about our own interviews. They didn't have a TV for us to watch the others.
I know, but I'm
This is not a burned bridge. Double, you ever need a bunch of edge runners? Call us.
Will do. Hopefully the rest of you can handle a few ruffled feathers.
Hey, I like having my feathers ruffled. Come on, Ume. And I put my arms around the two girls and we start walking out.
Ume
if you will come
struggles
with
against
me.
you.
But I'm trying to make you come with me.
As she leaves, she sticks a
So
middle
as
finger
they're
at
leaving,
Double.
Bard, you're still standing there trying to confront Double?
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
and Reverend's there with them. Just
like,
standing
look,
behind them.
again, I get it. You do know it's better to have a crew with a reputation that is positive than negative.
Let the
I
people
under-
decide their opinions of you.
But
But if you can't handle the truth, then
truth is
perhaps
all I care about.
then
And
these
that's why
questions
I'm
shouldn't
pissed off
bother
at
you.
Uh-uh. There's truth. And there's the twist. The
If
thing
you
that
say
makes
so.
one thing. So, Frosty, I have to ask, right? With Bard's credibility check, which was a 35, do I think that I actually made a good impression there? Like,
Yeah?
okay, then I can't do anything else. So, oh.
All right. He says, no, if you'll excuse me, I do have to prepare for the news tonight.
Oh, I run back in really briefly just to yell at him. Hey, we're called the Sexy Hexes. And then leave again.
As Bard, like, literally
What?
face palms
What?
and just is,
What was the name you gave him before?
Gutsy, because I couldn't think
Oh,
of anything
Sexy
that
Axis
fast.
is way better.
Yeah, come on, it is.
Way better. Oh, totally
Yes.
better.
Yeah, it is it.
Sexy
It is.
Axis it is!
As you guys are yelling out.
oh God.
As we're walking out of the
I-
building, Ume's like yelling,
I'm
"Where are the
not-
sexy X's?"
I'm
Like
not,
everybody's
I'm
passing
just,
by.
As
Okay, the Sexy Hexes and Bard. How's that?
No, like it's more like I have a job that relies on me being believed, so I'm gonna I'll walk. It's fine.
As we're walking out, I'll tell Hex. I'll be like, Hex, did you know that Rev does drugs and he didn't party with us?
I'm offended.
We'll
We'll get him next time, Nova.
Hey, that
Or at least
asshole.
you will. I see how
I
you look
rub
at
my
each
That
other.
asshole called me a failed musician. He clearly doesn't know shit.
Well,
He
did you
did.
see his suit?
What?
He ain't got
Yeah.
any taste
What do you
anyway,
think I'm trying to get him
Ume.
with the fucking balls? A piece of shit.
Well, if I had known that, I'd given him a happy ball.
I have nothing.
Supported that move. Murder may have been a bit far.
Yeah, it would have blown apart the whole
I'm-
studio.
That's why. That's why I
I'm
rely
gonna
on
go
it.
read my book on psychology, Frosty, because apparently someone in this group needs to learn it.
I threw a chair at the camera. I don't know if it broke.
So
or
where
not.
all of you guys at? Bard, you said you're heading home to read your book?
I guess. I mean, unless some people want to do anything, like
I say we go to like a nearby
Afterlife.
bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and see. Yeah.
fine.
Have a
I'll,
drink.
I'll do that.
Party,
Yeah.
party.
All right, you guys take a cab. Just get a quick cab to $20 to the afterlife, or are you?
Yeah. Get a cab together. $20.
All right.
What,
So you guys
Oh,
head
yeah.
to the afterlife.
It's $5. That's what, $4 each?
Yeah.
Yeah, four each.
So you guys get to the afterlife and see the familiar large round dance floor and all the little booths and everything. The music's pounding. They just got a DJ playing stuff from all over. It's industrial night.
I'm gonna buy a penicillin for myself. Ginger, whiskey, lemon, and honey.
$12.
I'll pay it. And I'll buy one for Hex. And I'll call her over.
All right, cool. I see Bard motioning at me, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So then I'll go on over. What's up? How'd your interview go?
I mean, I think I made my fucking point.
That's good.
Well,
What's up?
no, I don't. It doesn't fucking matter. As he's like looking at his drink. And
I thought you quit drinking.
yeah, well, I've been meaning to restart.
Why? You were doing great. What's wrong? What'd that motherfucker say to you? And I'm gonna slam back my drink.
Nothing. I mean, he slams it back and he's just like, It's more about what I feel like. Based on the aftermath, I don't feel like anybody else did particularly well. I tried to stand up for things, but
You didn't drink yours yet, though, did you?
He said he did. He said he slammed it.
Oh, he
Yeah,
did?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
damn. I missed it. Sorry. I was gonna try and steal it from you before you did. You were too fast.
he drinks it. But again, he's not asking for another one. He's just like putting it down. Okay, so
Like, obviously, he stirred something the fuck up.
oh, it's not even that. Just like again, I don't. Hey, you know what? I'm not really a great dancer, but apparently, like, parents are supposed to set an example for the children.
Are, are you asking me to dance?
Yeah. In my way.
I'm like not a good dancer at all either, but like as soon as he says that, like I grab him and start heading out to the dance floor.
He's just like, wait.
You both do the shepherd shuffle.
I thought you were gonna
make
say
dance
no.
checks.
Isn't it just performance? There's no dance, right?
There is a dance. There is a
There
dance
is a
skill.
dance.
It's under reflex.
It's
There's a
gonna be
reflex.
ugly as fuck. But you
I
know
didn't know
what?
there was an actual dance.
That
Oh,
is
wow.
what
There
luck
is.
for.
I've got points in it, and I'm the one person not
13?
dancing. Oh, Hex! Wow, you're cutting up the
Hex,
dance floor, girl.
you are doing great on the dance floor.
What's the +4 there, Hex?
I spent luck because it was worth it to me.
As you're doing well, he's gonna like.
Just
Okay,
You're
So
just
that's
kind
the
of shuffling
shepherd
from side to
shuffle.
side.
okay.
That
So,
is
yes,
fine.
I'm doing the shepherd shuffle, but I'm also gonna do some.
You're not doing
Shakespeare.
badly.
Like,
Oh, she would think it's cute. That's the thing.
but he's also gonna be
Roll
like,
with it.
I'm sorry. I am gonna quote a Shakespearean sonnet or something.
Of course.
you
So
couldn't be heard on the dance floor.
I even if I am literally just putting my mouth next to her ear.
Oh,
Oh,
whisper.
Yeah. Whisper that sweet nothing.
Pretty much. Like,
what do you whisper to Hex?
oh, sorry, I'm saying, and the dance upon the stage that we two do doth call all into their places. Wherefore the mistress and the master make sweet music upon the floor of the stage that is the world.
Make an oratory check at +2.
Well, damn. I'll spend my last 2 luck on this.
Go for it.
16?
Hey,
That's not
You're
bad.
hurt. Did Hex, you hear the whole thing?
and you get IP, even better.
I heard the words, but I don't know what the fuck you're saying to me, Bard.
Oh, I'm sorry. I do that sometimes. Let me rephrase. As he like pauses
I think
for a
you're
second.
mistaking me for another woman.
As he pauses and like looks at you dancing and just like goes back in. Okay. You're pretty and smart and people respect you and I respect that.
Hmm. I didn't know you were so sweet, Bard. I like this side of you.
What side of me?
I don't know, the one that comes out after you've been pissed off in an interview, apparently. I like
There's no side of me. It's just a part of me. There's no sides of. Oh, it's a yeah. Sorry.
All right, as you two are dancing, Ume, Reverend, and Nova, what are the three of you doing at the bar?
Did Bart just? I look at the other two of you. Does Bart have something? He likes Hex, doesn't he?
I don't know. I don't give a shit.
That's their business, kid.
Hey, I point right at you, Rev. I thought you didn't do drugs. You didn't party with us that night.
Rev kind of just ignores Nova and orders a beer.
I heard you stole drugs from your trauma team. Do you still have that connection, by the way?
As soon as. Do I get the beer by the time Nova says that?
Nope.
Damn it. Reverend just slams his hand on the bar, looking over at Nova. I did not steal anything.
Sets the beer
Don't you
down.
ever fucking say that to me again.
I look over at Ume. I
Can
don't care if you did or not. I just wanted you to party with us. So
Maybe you shouldn't believe everything that asshole said. Ume is saying this, by the way, as she's on her phone, looking up Neon Pulse, see if they're performing anytime soon.
Taking a look, make a library search.
All right. I'll spend a point of luck on it because it's near the end of the session and I have luck to burn. I rolled a 17, so I got a 28 on my library search of 0.
boom.
You guys are using up all your luck this session.
I'm
You guys
not-
are
I'm like-
screwed during the next
I'm like,
fight.
yes, right. like, when it really matters.
Well, I mean, we get it back. We're not.
I
Yeah.
find their entire
No,
schedule
no, I
for
don't
the
mean
next
the luck
month,
points.
Frosty.
I mean your actual luck for the dice.
Oh.
No,
Like
Bard
we're
has-
burning
by
all
the
of
way,
our
Bard
crits.
has crit like 6 times.
I
this
just
session.
critted myself on a fucking
you-
library search roll just to figure out when Neon Pulse's next performance was.
So you find,
It was probably like a DC 10.
yeah, it was a DC 10.
It was like you're just looking at the band on their website. It's like,
They are playing at the Atlantis in 2 weeks.
all right, I know which party I'm crashing. Hey Nova, can you make? No, that would. I don't want to hurt them.
No, you should fuck with us.
No.
Come on. Like, we're
I
dancing.
could absolutely make. What do you want? Anything you need, Ume.
Please
I
fuck
got
with
you.
us.
No.
You could make
Do
something
it.
non-lethal.
You totally
You're
can.
not there, Bard. You can't egg me on. You're out dancing with Hex.
What
Hey,
do
you
you
could've
need? What do you need? What do you
requested
need?
Slime
Whispering sweet
ball.
nothings in her ear.
That she hears,
doesn't
but she
understand.
doesn't
understand.
understand.
Look, Ume. Look, if we can just okay, I have a weapon that was confiscated. It's a good friend of mine. His name is Mr. Bonkers.
No.
In
Nova. Look. Kazuki, the guitarist from Neon Pulse.
Yeah, familiar.
He has a girlfriend, apparently like the new singer.
Uh-huh.
I have nothing against her. She's an idiot for dating him. Not her fault. A lot of people were idiots for dating him. Not me. I never dated him, and those rumors are false.
Oh,
Um,
Good.
But like Lenny, Ash, Nora, they're all cool people. They're just trying to make a buck. It's fucking Kazuki that is being the fucking asshole here. And they just look, I don't care if they have a new band, but they can't fucking use the Neon Pulse name without me. It's my fucking band. Well, it's our fucking band, and I'm not it, so therefore it's no longer ours, is it? So, like, I like to go up and like maybe punch somebody in the face, kick them in the balls, when I'm pissed at them. And like, I'm thinking 2 weeks time, we show up, Nora, Ash, Lenny, they're all cool, bygones be bygones, give them hugs, whatever. I want to fucking punch that Kazuki guy in the fucking face.
Yeah, well, that's what so Mr. Bonkers is a rocket propelled grenade launcher. We could just
Okay, Nova, you do understand the difference of scale between punching somebody in the face and blowing them up with a grenade, right?
Right. It's more effective.
Well, I mean, effective. Like, I don't want to kill him.
Oh,
It's more of the. It's more of like like that's why like a punch in the face or a kick in the balls, like that fucking hurts and it lingers, but it like doesn't do any permanent damage.
This is interesting. Ume, your enemies are my enemies, and I've never had an enemy I didn't want to kill.
All right, look. Okay, Nova, Kazuki's really not an enemy. He's just a friend who I've had a serious falling out with, which means I want to cause him pain, but I don't want to kill him because he's still a friend. I've just had a falling out with him.
Oh, I see.
Can Reverend hear all this?
Yeah.
Since
You're
he's
right there.
Right at the bar.
I'm not hiding this
I think
conversation
you're
from
between
you.
them, like holding your beer.
You're probably awkwardly going like, "What the
Looking back
fuck
and
is
forth.
going on?"
Nova swings her hand, boom, and knocks his drink a little bit.
And like, and Ume's like, "Look, we don't want to kill them," and you're like, "Oh, what the fuck?" But yeah, okay, no, but you know what I'm saying, right? Like
No,
you,
I've never known this sort of like in between friend but not a friend. No.
well, like double. He's not an enemy, but I tried to kick him in the balls because he was an asshole.
But he called you a bad musician. I would blow him up for that.
That I think Nova is called murder.
Nova, do
And
not
most
blow him
places frown on that.
That's
Now
really
we
cool.
kill people, likely in our world of edge running. That might also qualify as murder, to be fair. But usually in those cases, we can at least claim self-defense. I don't think I'm making my point very well.
No, you're not.
It's not self-defense.
Look, I don't want you to kill anybody from my old band, okay?
Okay, that's fine. That's fair. That's fair. You know, if you ask,
Ume, are you just trying to get back at your old man?
No, I don't. I don't want to like get back into my old band now.
No, get back at them.
Oh, get back at them? Look,
Nova, just if you can make a bomb that has slime or something.
no.
Ooh, that's
Look,
No,
a
you
good
look
idea.
like the type of girl who likes a glitter bomb. Just
No.
make that.
Ooh.
A glitter bomb. Actually, that would be fine. There's nothing wrong with a glitter bomb.
Ooh,
I
it could be
saw this
proximity
guy.
based.
Well, I saw this guy on CyberTube where he like people were stealing packages, so he made glitter bombs, also like fart sprays in them. I think it was an
Yeah.
engineer of some kind, Mark Boper, something along those lines.
Yeah, like,
Anyway.
and then when they open it up, psh, psh.
Yeah, it shoots. Yeah. That would be fine. Nobody gets hurt, right? But you cause them a lot of inconvenience. But look.
Well, there'll need to be some propulsion, probably some accelerant.
Well, look. The point is, though, is like, look. Really, the breakup of or my leaving Neon Pulse was because Lenny and I couldn't agree on the direction of the band.
Mhm.
And I was the outlier, so I left.
Oh.
I don't mind that they still have a band. I'm just pissed that they're using the Neon Pulse name. Because, like, I'm the fucking lead singer of Neon Pulse. They can't just keep going with the band name.
It's
With
not
some other bimbo he's been dating. It's not fair. I don't know this woman. For all I know, she might be a very lovely individual. But like some random woman. She may not be random. She could be a talented. Look, some other woman as a lead singer. Those are my songs. I fucking wrote half of them.
It's wrong. It's wrong.
Yeah. So like,
if you want to go
just-
the glitter route rather than the,
I just want them to like go their own direction, and I think it's Lenny's, not Lenny, Kazuki's fault.
I think we can send him a message. That's what we should do.
A gentle message, colorful, glittery, not causing anyone any serious long-term damage.
All right.
Like the equivalent
I'll
of a
work
kick
on
to
it.
the balls or a punch.
I'll work on it. Yeah, I think I got something. I'll work on it.
All right. I'll try not to be scared about that.
Eventually, as you guys all get your drinks and talk and dance, you guys all eventually meet back up. Have a chance to kind of talk as a group now that you're known as the Sexy Hexes. You're muted, Hex. But
I think it was mostly just her laughing.
I know, that's how I noticed. But you guys have, a few drinks. A couple people kind of point like, hey, were they on the news? You guys are all going to get a reputation of 1.
Ooh.
Nice.
Okay. What is that?
So, if you normally with reputation, you can add it as a custom skill under
Cool.
the cool skills,
Oh, cool.
and just you just don't gain IP in it. You just gain it through story.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rep.
So sorry, I lost track. Like, are we still dancing or what?
I was saying you guys have all gathered back up at this point.
Okay.
Is there anything you guys would like to do?
I think Ume at this point is just going to have fun and drink and get through the night and then go home.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
All right. With that, if you guys is everyone just heading home for the night?
Nova is going to particularly do things that are 1, fun, but 2, do not have endangering of any kind of hit point loss. So like, not dancing because that ends badly.
Ume will kind of
drinking.
Ume's gonna jump out on the dance floor, especially after a drink or two, and try to cut up on the dance floor and try to pull off some impressive moves.
All right. And Bard, what were you saying you were doing?
Give me a second.
When everybody's out on the dance floor, I'd really like to whip out my sketchbook and try and draw them if I can.
Okay.
May I roll for that?
Yeah. Ume, roll for your dancing.
All right, please don't give me a penalty for David's actual dancing.
20. That came out
fair
much
to-
better.
I will
She's
spend
getting better.
Point of luck because I still have luck. I got an 18 to my dance.
Nice.
Dancing pretty well.
I think Bard's just watching Hex draw, but I'll wait for everyone else to.
You'd be sitting with me, I
Yeah,
imagine.
no, I know. I'm waiting for everyone else to say what they're doing because I don't want to. Okay.
Yeah, everyone said what
yeah.
they're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're quite observant.
Well, I mean, like, we have that in common, I think. I think we have a lot in common.
As he just looks at you and blinks. Are you flirting with me?
I mean, am I that bad at it? Jesus. Yeah, I'm flirting with you. Thought you were smart.
He kind of looks around and.
Reverend's just sitting there rubbing his face next to you guys.
Yeah, he's on like his 3rd beer.
I also, like, Bard is still, by the way, he will find this out one day. How does Reverend drink with the mask on? I need to know.
Osmosis. It's just osmosis.
I'll look at.
He just tilts it up as he drinks,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
a little.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm really good with people, but I'm also not good with people. If that makes.
Oh, I didn't notice.
You didn't? Then you might. Oh, you're being sarcastic. I get it.
Maybe if you're not good with words.
Fuck it. I give her a little kiss. Just,
You beat me to it.
Okay.
and then immediately draw back and put my fedora over my eyes.
She's
And
super pale, so she's gonna turn like really red. Now she looks funny with green hair. I imagine they just like turn their backs and walk in opposite direction.
No, wait, but also you okay.
You're really quiet.
Me? Sorry. Hello?
Yep.
Can you hear me? Sorry, is it better? Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, away from the microphone. No, wait, oh, fuck. Never mind. No, that's not quote. I'll think of something.
Reverend's just listening to this.
For funsies, Frosty, can I make a seduction check? Which I'm sure is gonna go terribly.
Sure.
You have rolled incredibly well so far. You are due a fumble.
25! What?
You got another exploding die.
Yeah, we're all gonna die in the next session. I hope you know that.
Reverend is safe.
Hey, but you got a kiss.
Yeah.
Totally
But
worth it.
More than that, apparently he was good at it, which is not what I was expecting.
That's like a full like grab, kiss, dip back kind of move thing, you know? Like
The little lift the chin move, you know.
like
Yeah.
a pop involved.
And he looks
yeah.
at her and just goes, like, again, that, like, what I was saying is, Bart, that's what he thought he was saying, but what he was actually saying was, and so we two shall meet again upon the battlefield the next day, when forth our companions do cease their revelries and come to their senses. And yet, even in all that time, I shall think of the black on thy lips and the green in thy hair. Tip my hat.
But behind Bard, under his breath, just to where Bard can only hear it, Reverend's like, "You're still using that same goddamn move since college."
Can I hear that? Can I
Make
hear
an awareness
that?
notice. Make an awareness
my
notice.
He has,
Yes,
he
yes.
has a phone splice in his.
Reverend, make a stealth check.
He has a phone
All right.
splice.
But that's not what I say. Lean in and whispered in your ear.
You know what? I'm gonna spend 8 luck.
It's gonna.
Look.
Oh no! Oh fuck you! I'm gonna spend luck too.
Yeah, 16.
Oh, you only rolled a 16 with 8 luck? Oh
I
my
know.
god.
No.
That's silly.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
26.
Oh yeah,
You
he
hear what
totally
Reverend said.
hears it. But wait. I'm sorry. So I'm sorry, Frosty. Can I make an awareness and see if she's noticed it?
Make a human perception.
I see you see me.
46.
Oh shit.
Jesus.
We are why are we using all of our good rolls now?
I'm
We
sorry.
are so screwed.
As I see her narrow her eyes, I just like twist her away a little bit, and he's always been a bit strange. And yes, I
Oh, this ain't about him. It's about you.
and yet one knows when one actually has something to say and when one is only saying something for the reason of pontificating. And in this point, well, you make me a little bit stupid.
Don't die. Don't. I came out so wrong. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about you dying now.
Me dying? Why did I say that?
Because you said you get stupid. Don't get stupid, okay? Like we have things happening. Don't get stupid.
I didn't
Don't
mean
get
stupid in terms
now.
of taking risks. I just meant stupid in terms of words.
Oh, no, that wasn't a risk. I'm just saying.
It was a calculated decision.
I see you, Bard. You're brave. You're braver than I think people realize. I'm worried for that.
I also am more perceptive than most people realize. So,
Well, I won't argue with you there. Maybe you
You
should
also
learn
don't know
to
how
come
to
up with
hold
some
your
different
tongue.
lines.
Different lines. Okay. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day or a
Oh,
winter's day?
gosh.
Oh, I think those are already taken.
I
Soon as
know they
Bart's
are. But I was gonna say, shall I compare thee to a choo 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 about
Oh,
power engines across all Night City?
soon as Bart says that, Reverend's like, beer.
Dear me.
All right.
You know what? Fuck the
Yes.
beer. Make it a triple.
Oh, Bard's gonna
Same.
participate if like
So you guys end up spending probably about $60 each at the bar, drinking, partying,
Sorry.
celebrating for the night, having a good time,
I'm
talking,
not
a couple of
celebrating. I'm numbing the
flirting,
pain.
numbing the pain of watching the flirting.
uh mm, mm. Yeah, Bard will actually drink
You can
and
spot Brucey doing some business, kind of occasionally glancing your guys' way. Up in her booth, you can see a few other fixers. You actually briefly see the serpent. What was his name again? Uh, Victor the Viper Kozlov briefly comes in and seems to be make a human perception.
all of us.
Anyone who cares to be paying attention to Bruce and what she's doing.
Absolutely.
I would.
Bard always pays attention.
Look, I haven't met a single.
But you guys have been
perception. I'm
drinking
not
all
about to
night,
do
so
it
you're
now.
all at -4.
All right,
Minus
I
four
need to
what?
reroll.
-4 to your roll. Because you've all been drinking.
Still a
Um,
14?
I'm
That's
gonna
been
use
too luck.
my last luck. Yeah. So, or I'm sorry, I rolled that wrong. It shouldn't be +4. It should be flat 4. I did that wrong. Let me re-roll that.
To be a 16 then.
Huh?
You'd have rolled 16 if it wasn't +4. If you're losing all your luck, right? So
Yeah. Well, okay.
Hex
Or I
rolls
can
a
re-roll it.
16. Bard rolled a 14. Ume, what'd you roll?
I rolled an 11.
Okay, Reverend.
17.
Nova, did you bother rolling?
No, I haven't
Okay.
rolled a single time. I'm not going to start now.
All right. So Reverend and Hex, you can tell they're definitely Victor's pissed at something about Bruce, and Bruce is kind of laughing it up, and it's creating some tension between them. And there does seem to be some trouble, but you read Bruce almost like she wants it.
No.
She's looking to rile Victor up.
Interesting.
Old Snaky McGee over there.
I know. She's up to something. If I know Bruce, this is some kind of power play.
What?
But the thing that you
What?
notice is that eventually she kind of shrugs and goes, yeah, and like obviously caves, but Victor is pissed. And she's kind of smiling about it as he's walking away. And she catches you two glancing at her and grins the shark grin at the two of you.
Reverend's just going to tilt his drink at Brucey.
It seemed to go amicably. Like, it looked like she obviously lost. Victor is more powerful than her and has more influence and sway. But she definitely seemed to want to get him riled up for some reason.
Yeah.
I kind of want to go talk to Bruce.
Well, you got a date planned. May as well go start now.
That's true. She's not that far, right?
She's on the other side of the bar, up in her VIP booth.
Can I get a couple of those gummy fish drinky things?
Sure.
Oh, and is my guy Lloyd here?
He is.
Hey, Hey, Lloyd. How's it going?
It is going well, Hex.
Good to hear that. Oh, good to hear that.
How's
Hey,
your
can-
night?
Gotta go for a second.
Well, it's going well. We've had a pretty good streak of fortune recently. I don't know if you heard about the Night Stalker thing.
I haven't had a chance, no.
Ah, well, that'll be hitting the news here pretty soon. And you'll know who was up behind that. That was yours truly.
Congratulations on a job well done.
What? Thank you, Lloyd.
Hopefully it earns you some reputation.
Yeah, I think it has. Which, that should earn us some favor, I think, with Bruce. Speaking of which, you have any idea what Kozlov was doing in here?
Apparently, some shipments went missing, and rumor has it Bruce was behind it. Some weapon shipments, and it's creating a territory dispute between Rasputin and Bruce. It seems Bruce was recently just got put in her place, so she might not be in a very favorable mood.
I see. Well, maybe it's best to leave her alone then. I was thinking about bringing her one of her fishy gum drinks, but I did see her get her feathers ruffled tonight. I don't want to get on the wrong side of Bruce.
I wouldn't advise it.
No, I wouldn't either. That does sound important, though. I want to know more about that. I'll put a pin in it.
I assume that's why you're ordering the drinks.
Yes, I am. Well, should I? I don't know. Do I want to piss off Bruce? I don't know. Well, maybe I won't. I don't think I will. I'll get it. Yeah, get the drinks.
A little bit of advice. Be decisive, darling.
I'm sorry. I'll get the drinks.
I feel like drunk Bard would be like, well, not drunk, but like, I mean, whatever. Like, you should just try, you know?
Well, you're at the table. She went to the bar.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know where we were. Right, sorry.
She went to go talk to Lloyd, yeah.
Gotcha. Then
And
I would
get
say
yours.
nothing.
He makes the drinks up for you and puts the little gummy sharks and fishes in them and hands you 2 of them.
Thanks, Lloyd. Thank you. How much do I owe you?
That'll be 18.
You got it. And a tip for you, like 20 eddies. You gave me some info. That was handy.
A pleasure, darling.
Thank you, Lloyd. You have a wonderful night.
You as well.
I'm gonna go head over and try and talk to Bruce.
So you head up with your little drinks, and she kind of brushes you up. Now there's the little piranha that I have my eye on. How are you tonight? I hear you had an interesting interview. I got a couple of people talking about it. Things went interesting. I found it surprising that none of you mentioned your great friend Brucey.
Oh, I wasn't sure if you would want to be associated with what went down exactly, Bruce. I've been
Are
hearing
you
the
kidding?
word
You look like
Aristocrat thrown
completely
out
nutso
around.
psychopaths that are willing to take any job for the greater good. You couldn't have done yourself better.
Oh, well, now I know, Bruce. We've done you proud. Your name will be on my lips, I promise you.
That Bod guy, he did pretty good kind of standing up to that interview asshole. I never liked the medias. If I go through it, you gotta make your own thing. Hit the screen sheets. Don't go through the big channels. They're always trying to put some fancy-dancy spin on everything.
That's true. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
So, what can Brucey do for you tonight?
Well,
Tell me you got something juicy I can sink my teeth into.
Well, actually, I was kind of hoping that you might, or I'm sorry, let me rethink what I was saying there. I couldn't help but notice that Kozlov was in here first.
Oh, yeah, that. You see, he's just trying to put his foot down. Typical macho bullshit. Comes in, starts yelling about his brother and smuggling stuff in. You see, I went through maybe a guy that he didn't know, through a couple of nomads. You see, they're shipping everything over the ocean. I went a different direction. So what? I'm a little clever, and he gets all pissy about it, trying to say his brother's got reins of the city. I say I'm taking initiative, right? Need to bring in a few things, some high-powered rifles, a couple of, silencers, some custom cyberware from across the coast. I got this stuff shipped all the way from Europe, right? Came into New York. I paid a couple of nomads. They run it through. And then when they came into town, I had another crew go and get it for me. And, it didn't end up too well for them, but, that's their problem. If you can't cut it, you can't cut it, right?
Sounds like a pragmatic business decision.
Right. And I think as soon as I was like, oh, gee, I'm so sorry, Mr. Big Fancy Pants, he totally let it slide.
Oh, well, you got some pull. Look at you taking initiative. I love this. Well, you know what's, I've been hearing Kozlov's name a lot on the street, too. Is he giving you guff?
Kozlov's in charge. He runs the town for now.
Are you trying to gun for his position?
Oh, I would never do something like that. But, if the position opened up, who would compete with me? Who could compete with Bruce?
Exactly. Who could compete with you? Well, that's why you keep us on your radar.
Oh, yeah. I got some plans for yous. I just gotta see how it all plays out, and hopefully you guys are able to find Mr. King's Cherry 5000 here pretty soon. He's getting a little antsy.
We're gonna be on that first thing in the morning. Promise.
That is good to hear.
What?
You guys doing all right? Everything going well?
Oh, yeah. Everything's going great. I mean, I wasn't really sure how the interview went. It seemed like maybe some of my members got their cages rattled a little bit. But it sounds like they rattled them back to us just as hard. So, I mean, I'm fucking proud of these guys. Took down Night City and took down the media. Why not? Well, look, Bruce, if you have any more problems with Kozlov, you know who exactly to call.
That's for sure.
You got any more of those crazy plans of yours in that pretty skull, you know who to call.
She grins. Oh, I got plenty.
I guess I'm going to see you on Friday then.
Friday night.
All right, Brucey. And I guess that's it. I'm pretty drunk now at this point.
Yeah. All right.
Like after the fish drink.
Hex eventually comes back as you guys are kind of finishing up for the night. It's getting pretty late.
Yeah, everything okay with Bruce? Like, is she gonna eat you?
Well, I mean, I have a date with her Friday night.
If it goes well, hopefully.
I mean, it's not exactly like you can say no to Bruce, but I don't know. I don't think you noticed, but Kozlov was in here earlier, and he was kind of rattling.
Who?
Kozlov, Victor Kozlov. You should know that name.
Unfortunately, Bart doesn't.
I will say I fumbled the first time. I was like, yeah, who's that?
Oh. Well, I'm surprised that you
Can I make
now.
a streetwise check?
No, you've bought, so you don't know who he is. You've never heard of him.
Yep, never heard of him.
Kozlov's pretty much the crime lord that runs all of Night City. If there's anything going on in Night City, he knows about it. Everything's yeah. So I'm very surprised you don't know this name.
Well, look, I mostly deal with people who are actually trying to get things that are more personal, not like the wider view. So look.
Oh yeah, I know. You can leave the criminal.
If I knew it, I must have deleted it at one point. It's not part of my mind palace, right? Like that's it.
We'll put this into your mind palace now. So Kozlov runs things. We need to keep an eye out for him.
Okay.
You heard this name too when we were at Big Bo's.
As
so that's
Bard
probably
closes
important.
his eyes and just deletes, belugas are a type of whale, but they don't necessarily actually have spouts. And he just deletes that from his mind and puts in Victor Kozlov is the crime lord of Night City and nods.
As you guys finish up and head out for the night, and head home. That is where we'll call it for this evening. Thank you everyone for playing. Thank you everyone for watching. It's wonderful to have everyone here. Please check out our Patreon with some wonderful additions and get credited on our Patreon page or as a producer, or even get an NPC, work with me to build an NPC that will be brought into the game. get to contribute and get acted out and have your character become a part of the world. Some great additions. Also, check us out on YouTube at Andromeda Adventures. You can watch our past episodes on there and get caught up on everything. And other than that, everyone say goodnight, Double.
Good night,
Good night,
Double.
Double.
Fuck
Good night,
you.
asshole.